All right, everybody ready?
Woohoo!
Yo,
Damn it, Mike,
what's
you ruined
good? Nah, it's all good. They can only hear part of that. What's good, YouTube? It's your boy Vex, is the lurking legend. Y'all can just call me Vex. Hope y'all are enjoying the new tunes, the easy listening. We have a wonderful stream for you guys tonight. I'm so happy for all of you to be here. Got a kind of a new starting point, I guess, for the adventures on the south half of Live Neil now. We've come a long way in the past over 100 hours, over a year worth of gaming together. So huge. Thank you all for being in the chat. Make sure you like the stream. Make sure you leave a comment, leave some love in the chat. Tell us how you're doing. We're going to do a bit of a recap after I introduce all of the players once again. And in the meantime, make sure that you've checked out all the wonderful links in the description. We've got the Last Arc Discord server, the homies, the actual goats who helped organize all of this and all the rest of the OP D&D TLA groups. Also linked in the description. Got a special blurb, I believe, from one of my players about a game upcoming this Thursday, as well as another one on Saturday. So without further ado, let's go ahead and introduce the goats, the players themselves. First and foremost, we got, first off, the first mate of the Scarlet Pirates. We have the frontline combatant of the last arc, playing NoChill Dill. His name is also NoChill Dill. No relation. How you doing, brother?
Yo, doing pretty good. Hopefully we got everybody in chat can pop up and say how they're feeling as well. I see you in the chat, Lucas. Look at that. He got ahead of it. Hey. But yeah, lovely to be back here for another Group 2 solo session. Because we solo.
I get it. Sorry. And then next up we have the absolute goat himself. We have the W Helmsman. We have Mikey D, aka torimori, playing Bau Davos, who absolutely soloed last session, that's for damn sure, getting you guys through a bit of a scenic route through the Nepal mountains and whatnot from the north half to the south half. How are you doing tonight, brother?
I'm doing great. Good to be here. Good to see everybody in the chat. What's up, W Chat? I love our new official name of the Group 2 solos, Scarlet Pirates. I love that. It rolls off the tongue, feels right, feels good, feels earned above all else. And yeah, I Vex, good catch. I do have my blurb, which I'll give at the end of the session in full. But yeah, full week of D&D for me. Got my IRL session on Saturday alongside, I know there are a couple other groups that'll be meeting on Saturday as well. Big shout out to all of the TLA groups. Just real quick, I mean, y'all are... every single one is so cool, for real. Every single one solos. I truly mean that in my heart. Even though Group 2 maybe solos a fraction more, maybe just a smidge.
My goodness.
But, you know, no, for real. Every group is great. We do got Group 14 coming up this Thursday at 3 p.m. Eastern Central Time Eastern Standard Time, excuse me, on Straw Hat Lucas's YouTube channel. So if you guys can check that out, I know we do have a conflict with TLA Gaming. Definitely check that out too. I'm catching up on the VODs for the trails right now, and I'm still, to be honest, on episode 1, but that's a fun ride too. Either which way, I know we'll all be glad to have you, whether you join me or Vex, and I'll stop yapping and excited to get into tonight's session.
Hell yeah. Group 2 is you know, my love, my pride, my joy, but I've been actually catching up on Group 14 as well. I was talking to Straw Hat Lucas about it in the in VC earlier. Link in the description for his channel so you guys can catch all of those VODs as well. And yeah, thankfully Trails TLA Gaming Trails gameplay, that's going to be moving days very soon, so this should be the last session that I miss live. I'll finally be able to be in the chat vibing with y'all over there. Hell yeah.
That's
Next up,
exciting news. Okay.
of course. Next up, we have the W Shipwright of Group 2. We have just an absolute goat himself, Partypete, aka Percules, playing Bang D Boom. How you doing tonight, brother?
You know, living the dream as always. Greetings and salutations, folks. You know, happy to be here for another session. You know, feels like we're kind of starting to, you know, a new arc of sorts, new era in the saga of the Scarlet Pirates. So, you know, I'm looking forward to that and seeing what lies in store.
Hell yeah, dude. You might get a bounty. I mean, I'm sorry. Like,
Don't get it twisted. Bandy Boom is strategically remaining bounty-less as to be an asset.
oh yeah, it could come in clutch where we're at right now. So good shit. But great. Next up, we have an individual who was not with us last week, so I'm going to do an extra beefy recap just to go over some of the greatness we had last session. We have our brother in arms. We have the Gate Guardian himself, the absolute GOAT. We got Ragnelius, aka Ragnar, aka Lord Vegeta, aka like 50 other names. I know, like Lord Abyss in Group 14, but here we call him Lord Azrael. How are you doing today, Ragnar?
I'm alive, but I am present, so that is better than last time.
Let's go. Wonderful. And I'll be going over some of the events we went over last time very shortly, but we cannot forget to introduce the one, the only future queen of the pirates herself, Captain Scarlet of the Scarlet Pirates, played by Balincc.
Yo, what's up, everybody? What's up, chat, man? I'm super duper happy for this session, man. I can't wait to see what Beth got going on for the Scarlet Pirates. Had to be running up on Livneal.
Hell yeah. And I'm loving the hype. I cannot wait. We've spent a good bit of the campaign so far doing some survival type shit, lots of exploration, lots of combat. We have experienced a full ring of bounty hunters. We did a Davy back fight against a full crew of pirates. We have done a lot of things. They even took out a marine captain while going through the Calvaria bits in the north half of Livneal. Upon the beginning of last session, they were steering away from the tourbillon and meeting back up with the crew that they had been separated from, which was Harry, Holly, not a crew, but just a homie, as well as Captain Scarlet and Ragnar. And they went and convened on Red Rock to go over like a little bit of regrouping, recouping, and planning what's next. And they had discussed quite a bit. Dalt, Wisney, and Captain Scarlet are now besties, and they're gonna be spending a little bit of time maybe going over figuring out what's going on with what she calls the voice. And she's also a little bit interested in the fact that they can both read or understand that writing that was on the piece of paper that Jerry kind of showed you guys in the bar, as well as at that temple. So huge moment there between the two of them. One of my favorite bits from last session. We also had Holly and Bang D Boom talking about the mysterious substance that they had recovered while down with the Luminous Bee, as he was dubbed by Captain Scarlet. In lieu of treasure, they had gotten about 500 pounds ish of a gelatinous substance, which Bang D Boom has just berry symbols in his eyes, thinking about like all of the possibilities. And they struck up a bit of a deal as far as like, instead of the original 40-60 split, there's a little bit of a different thing going on while he kind of imagines what he can make with this substance. We also had Holly whipping up a little amuse-bouche, a little appetizers here and there, just getting everyone snacked up and ready, and recovered from the serious battle that they had been on. Everybody did succeed in getting a long rest because Davos was able to, with the help of many other crewmates doing rigging checks, get them successfully without any collisions, any mishaps, any complications whatsoever through the mountain, like the waterlogged mountain range of the Nepal and down to a very stealthy like a cove outside of the line of sight or the usual like you know, surveilled route that, you know, a lot of the trade, like it's a patrolled and surveilled route here by LxrD, where they have ended up. And they had gotten here without raising any flags, without getting any attention on them whatsoever, and parked their boat just a little ways away near a kind of a broken down and decrepit like dock that looks like a long time ago it might have been like a settlement. There's like some mossy cobble here to the north of where they're at. There is a swamp and lots of bogs, and in the distance mountains that stand in between them and the deserts they were once not too long ago traveling across. And then to the south there is a settlement with a lighthouse surrounded by a small cropping of trees. So Lord Azrael had spent the entire time completely just passed out in the dinghy on the side of the boat with Ragnar in on his chest, and they were just both sawing logs, just snoring away as this ship just sailed like butter through really rough and rocky waters and then overgrown like coastlines and whatnot once we passed the mountain range that divides the island in half. So absolute goated job of getting from point A to point B last session, and a lot of really great role play. And you guys had successfully gotten to, let me go ahead and fix it for the chat, all the way from Red Rock down through this mountain path, and you have settled now right over here by Port de Soleil, just above the what is known as LxrD. So gang, what is the plan? We can start with Lord Azrael, since you were not here last time. You come to in a dinghy. There is a light rainfall, which is a stark contrast from the deserts where you just were. So maybe as the light drizzle starts to come down and hit you, and it starts to like touch down on your skin and whatnot, you start to like come to. So Ragnar, what's Lord Azrael's first thoughts as he experiences rain for the first time in like I think like over a month, right?
Yeah. Where am I?
There's like a little snot bubble like that's like, you know, growing and then shrinking as Ragnar like breathes in and out. They were sleeping like on your chest, and then like it just pop, and then they just kind of like shake their head and they like look around and look up, and you can see rain clouds above you, and it's just like a very light overcast drizzle. We'll say that you guys sailed through a chunk of the early morning, and now it is about because it took you like almost 12 hours to do the sailing and stuff like that, because everybody was able to get a long rest and then some. So we'll say that it's about noonish, but it's nowhere near as sunny as it would have been if you were still in the deserts.
Oh, where's everybody else?
They're on the ship proper, and you're just kind of chilling in a dinghy, just kind of passed out.
You were on the opposite side. Wow. I'm gonna go on the deck. And then climb up to the bird's nest and then look around.
Oh, hell yeah. So a few of the individuals here, as you guys did arrive, some of you guys would have been above deck. I know, like Davos, you're still probably at the helm. So you see like Lord Azrael kind of like climbing out of the dinghy and getting onto the main deck and whatnot. Is there anybody else who would be above deck? I think Dill, you said you were going to be below deck, right?
Dill is below deck and will not respond if you say anything.
I think I'm still above deck.
Okay, so those of you who are kind of above deck, I know the nomads who have not seen rain, some of them in their entire adult life, some of them in not a very, very, very long time due to the drought in the north, are like just like ecstatic. Rus is not. He has gone down below deck and he is not having a good time whatsoever. But Dalt Wisney is like dancing in the rain, and she probably like pulled Davos a little bit away from the helm and is just like, you know, like she's having the time of her freaking life. Big Azra is laid out on like the planks of the deck, and he's just like making like snow angels in like the rainwater. Samia is like, she's just like, this is crazy. Like, I can't believe that like water is just like falling out of the sky. Like, this is fresh water. This is drinkable. And she's just, it's blowing like the nomads' minds, except for Rus. He hates it. But yeah, so Big Azra kind of sees Lord Azra and he kind of like yells out and he's like, hey, good morning. And like, Samia's like, hey, we should keep it down. Like, we're not too far from that town right there. And they point a little bit to the south.
Good morning indeed.
I was gonna say, like, I'm gonna like in a tsundere way, shy way, and so like, thank y'all for coming to save me. I guess I didn't need it. I didn't need y'all to do it, but I appreciate it.
Right. But more importantly, where's the money?
Oh, yeah. About that, we lost about let's say we lost about 30 million of that, but we have all of this left. And I showed him just a sack. Like
30 mil?
There's roughly 80 something million there. Everything else is inside the beast that sunk to the ocean.
30 mil?
You don't see Bandy Boom raising up his mace with like little flames in his eyes.
30 mil?
Oh no, that ratio doesn't seem so bad to me.
Adult Wisney's like, is that a lot? Is that like, I don't get it.
It's a whole hell of a lot. That's still
my
80
entire
million
bounty.
is even
Yes,
more.
it's a lot.
That's a lot of fucking money. You know what? That is your bounty. Guys, I have an idea. What if we turn him in? Whoa. We can't turn in Lord.
Well, what if
That's not right.
Hey, I don't have a bounty. I could be back with that 30 million by nightfall, you know.
But what about him?
I fear the bounty hunter ruse has gone to Bang's head.
Oh my goodness.
I don't want him to kill him.
No, that's unfortunate, but I guess all's well that ends well for the most part.
30 mil?
But yeah, I don't know. I don't know if we're gonna get off and like explore and stuff like that, but you know, I think I need to make a little receptacle for this, whatever this stuff is that you found down there. So I'm gonna go look like right around and see if I can find some 30 material.
Yeah, y'all have plenty of material on the ship from salvaging and whatnot. There's like ships normally carry a lot of extra spars, you know, even extra masts and extra planks and things like that. Lots of like battens and whatnot. You have a ton of like wood specifically. You know that metal was kind of a commodity where you guys just came from, so that is not going to be something you guys have a ton of to go around. You guys do have a lot of glass materials and things like that as well, but the ship itself has a lot of spare parts, so you'd be able to fashion something pretty easily. What are the rest of you guys thinking or talking about as the full crew is now awake and engaging?
Scarlet.
I know I would be telling
what he's trying to do after sitting here.
What's up, Balincc?
I was saying that y'all can hear me, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I was saying Scarlet's trying to figure out like what's the next course of action after stopping at this I don't know, this shore, I guess. She wants to go find some books after trying to figure out what this voice is.
Oh, hell yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
I would have to go talk to the captain to inform her about what happened while I was down there.
Okay, so you're gonna give like a status report. How in depth are you gonna go, or do you wanna role play that? Go for it.
Like, okay, the story would start like this. At first, I thought maybe this isn't too bad, and then that's how it starts. And then halfway through the story, day 4, I was losing my mind. I thought it was the end. No food, no water, surrounded by death. And then you see somewhere towards the end, and I crawled on its ass.
Huh? You crawled out of... She starts clapping, bravo!
The only thing I took with me was my one trophy, a bell, covered in a language from some rock I found inside of it. But even that was taken from me by the beast. Damn bastard.
That damn beast. Damn you, Ken. But are we gonna talk about this egg?
Yo, yeah, the egg. I'm assuming it's just pretty fine. I'll just put it there.
Holly walks up and she's just like, if I were someone in your shoes, Lord Azrael, I would think that there is definitely a very easy way to potentially recoup that 30 mil and then some. And her eyes turn to berry signs right in front of you all, and she pulls out like a little jeweler's loop and starts looking at this like scaled egg in front of you guys. It has like almost like spikes on it and shit like that, and she's just like, I don't even.
Just to be clear, you're not touching my fucking egg. Listen to me. Listen to me. Look at me. Look at Holly's eyes. Yo, listen. You might be pretty, okay, but the egg. I sacrificed my life for that egg. They took my bell. It took my arms. Well, at least I got the damn egg, okay?
This man is a god. Somebody get this man a trophy.
And then Holly's just like, not even hearing that, she just kind of like snaps out of it and shakes her head. She's like, you said you think I'm pretty? And she just kind of like starts twiddling her hair a little bit, and she's just like, okay, but God. Seriously, like, I mean, it's just, I'm it's what I would do, and it could give you more than enough money to get plenty of supplies. You'd be set until you hit the Grand Line, easy. Like you might have enough money to like just retire at that point, just settle down, have a nice easy life. But like the going rate for something like this, like I'm assuming this is a Sea King egg, right?
No. I plead the fifth. Does the fifth exist?
And she's like, look, okay.
Anyway, like
somebody like, don't take any offense from this, but somebody like you goes for quite a high cost. I am, if anybody found out about like what I really am and stuff like that, like crazy, Holly. No, I mean it's true. They're like that's what was about to happen to me.
Kind of talk from
no,
humans.
That's what was about to happen to me before y'all came in. They were going to turn me in for 70 million.
Bang, did you tell her to say this to me, Bang? This sounds like something you would say.
Bang's like fishing through his bag for a net, thinking about capturing Ragnar. You said a high price?
And she's like,
Oh my
but
God.
but hold on, none of that even compares to this egg right here. And she's like,
I said Ragnar, my fault. Lord Azrael said he's not. Don't be talking about his egg, man.
okay, well
What's going on?
that's y'all's
That's
loss.
a
what are we
with a
gonna-
wrench. It's
so-
hilarious.
So what are we gonna do with it? I think it's if we're not gonna sell it, this thing will eventually hatch, right? And I didn't really make this to be like Sea King durable, in terms of a permanent residence. So, the Sea King could pull the shit.
Well, not a baby one, Captain.
No,
But
and
also,
Oh, man.
the beast
You-
doesn't have to live on the ship. They can just. I sleep in the dinghy. You can just sleep next to me.
Holly's just like
Well,
tapping
I
her
think
toes, and
eventually
she's
it's
like,
gonna get
"There's
kinda-
no way you're gonna be able to train that thing." Like, I mean,
Why
could talk-
Why would I not be able? Man,
I could talk to Luminous
do
B.
you see this snail?
Probably talk to
Point to
this.
Ragnar. Then
She's
this
like,
snail is probably the hardest thing to train on the planet.
okay, hold on. A den is
Maybe.
one thing, and then other sea life. I mean, yeah, like there are fishmen and most merfolk that are able to like deal, but like speaking to a sea king is like that's like a thing of myths, like the mermaid princess or whatever, like that. It's like that doesn't exist. You can't be serious right now.
Well,
to be
the
fair,
power
our crew
given
is
to
still
me
in a good
through
record,
Davy
man.
loans.
Yo, I'm going to slowly raise my hand. I did it.
I'm sorry, what?
I spoke to Davy Loans. Why couldn't I talk to a big fish?
Wait.
Who?
What do you mean you did it? You did what? Luminous B. Y'all thought I was lying? Right.
She's like, I
Oh,
still
hey.
don't know what you're even talking about. Like,
Yo,
and she's like,
don't come here, don't.
Dalt is like-
I was telling the truth.
Dawn is like dancing in the rain with Davos, full flower child mode, and Holly's just like,
Also,
listen,
way.
nobody could hear your conversation, so only Ragnar then could actually confirm what.
no,
he-
but Dalt did
he
talk
told
to
us when he got
Balincc. Yeah, Dalt can also speak to things, so like
That is true.
she understands, and like there was like a huge like Scarlet and Dalt Wisney moment last session. Definitely go check it out if you haven't. But like Dalt is like she's right there. She's an ally of Scarlet and stuff like that. But like at the same time, like Holly is like, you're batshit crazy, and she's like, listen, so it's been real, but you guys and she sees like a couple of you wearing disguises, and she like tightens up the disguise on Scarlet a little bit. She's like, you look great, but you guys do kind of make
Appreciate
a
it.
little bit more noise than the crowd I normally run with, and I've got places to be. I don't think we're really headed in the same direction. Stay in touch, like I said, like
Ooh,
if you ever need money, like I'd be willing to do some jobs with a few of you at least, but
Yo, what if we sell Holly?
I'm probably whoa. Yeah, I'm definitely gonna. This is where we split ways.
Anyway.
I'm thinking.
I'm gonna give
Maybe
Holly
we'll
my
have to look for the
den
nanny
number. I don't know how this works, but I'm gonna give Holly my den number.
And she's just like, yeah. So, as I told a few of the other ones, is like some of you guys, I'm gonna need muscle from time to time, and if you were ever thinking about maybe doing a job, I could use some fast swimmers. It's and she like whispers into your ear, and she's just like, listen, if you ever need work, call me. And yeah, you guys exchange den numbers, and she kind of like is like, okay, bye, and she's gonna like grab her things and bang boom, she's gonna be like, okay, so you have my cut, right, of the squishy stuff.
Yeah. I don't really know how you're gonna take this with you. It's like a couple 100 pounds.
And she kind of like
It's
looks,
it's in the water.
she kind of like looks at some of the big burly men, and she's like, okay, last call, nobody No. Well, there's seawater in this,
hey,
right?
last call for
Hey,
what? Wait, how about this as an alternative? You know, I got to for what? What the? I got to thinking about some things that I could do with it. I think it'd probably be a lot easier for you to sell some. I'll just kind of get it a little closer and just tell Holly some anti-devil fruit user bullets. You could probably sell those for a pretty high price, and they don't weigh a couple 100 pounds. If you give me a couple days, I could probably throw something together.
Yeah, I mean, you do what you can with your 90%. I'm gonna do what I can with this. And she like kind of like tries to pick it up, and she's like, wait a second, this is like a good chunk seawater, right? And you can see she kind of like levitates it a bit, and she's just like, holy shit, okay, well, at least I can make it lighter. And she like kind of like puts it like on a backpack, and she's able to kind of like get it situated based off of like using like her like fishman karate to move the water that's inside of the substance.
Hey, whatever works for you.
Hey, that works.
She's like,
Even if it's
yeah,
too heavy, it's a movement decrease, and she's fast as hell.
yeah, I mean, not on land, but yeah, she's just like, yeah, well, yeah, it's been real. I'm probably going to be in the north for a little bit longer and then off to new horizons. But so kind of a short window to call unless, you know, you find yourself in the Grand Line. But y'all take it easy. Y'all be safe, be careful. I wouldn't make a lot of noise down here. These people, you know, are nothing like the people up in the north. That's why I kind of got to get out of here. Not a good spot for folks like me and you. And she like pokes she pokes Lord Azrael in the chest, and she's just like, you might want to figure out a disguise or something. But yeah, y'all take it easy. And she just plunges into the water and swims off.
Oh, all right. She finally left. Well, right, we're bored. That works for me. So everybody ready to go find some books? Books? Since when do you read books? I don't.
This
But
is
I
a
will
straight.
God,
That is a
crazy.
straight Luffy moment. Holy shit!
Holy shit!
Listen,
That's
I need to
gold.
learn about this voice. Ragnar didn't got it. Ragnar didn't help learn too. Okay. Well, you know, there's a lot of stuff I want to work on too, but might need some more materials. They said there's a town nearby, but seem kind of apprehensive. Aren't you from these parts, Davos?
Davos has been excuse me. Davos has been engrossed with a dance with a pretty girl, but at his name he does split off, and he's like, yeah, I grew up just a little ways south of here, and I just kind of like wave my hand generally down through the landmass. Can we see that the port from here?
You would be able to see, so like as far as like Vestiblu, you could see the big like spires of like some watchtowers and like a castle surrounded by like a wall, but you're not gonna be able, and maybe like a clock tower poking up above, but you won't be able to see like anything beyond the wall except for this large peninsula right here, because this actually is like a huge cliff, like Pride Rock style, that juts straight up, and like so it's like way higher up in the air than the rest of the stuff around it. And so there's like, you would be able to see like this lighthouse over here, the castle, and then that's surrounded by a big wall, and then like this fort on top of like a big ass cliff over here. But it's pretty far away. The main thing that you're able to see is like this lighthouse is much closer, and then just a ton of fields over here, like cornfields, wheat fields, and stuff like that.
Yeah, then I wave toward those like towers that we can see. I recognize that, and I'm like, yeah, I'm from down there. You can just see the castle poking up from here, but I grew up far below that part.
Well, do you know what the vibe is around these parts? Holly made it seem like they may not be the most welcoming people on the planet, you know?
It's a bunch of stuck-up rich snobs. And then a bunch of dregs of society that they leave in the gutter.
You said rich snobs? Bangy Boom's eyes light up with berry signs.
Davos
Classic.
grins at that. Can I maybe like roll an insight on him? Can I like or how difficult would that even be? Could I clue into that?
Are you
My
trying to
greed-
be? Are you trying to hide it, Bangy Boom, or are you? Are you
No, my
being?
greed is very, very open.
Yeah, I think with
Davos
just
will-
your passive wisdom, you're gonna be able to pick up on that. Like,
Nice. Then in that case, Davos grins at him, and he's gonna go, "I know what you're thinking, and some of them are pretty damn easy to dupe. It's a solid bet. It might be worth looking into while we're here." And then he turns back to Dill. Is she still dancing? I guess.
no, she saw you kind of like come over here, and she's very curious about like the land that you came from, and you know, you were blown away by like seeing like the deserts. She's equally as like blown away by seeing like all these fields and so much green and shit like that. So she's just kind of like paying like really close attention, not even aware that like Rus isn't like here, like, you know, like, and he's down below having like a bad she doesn't even, she's just like completely like blown away by all of the shit that she's seen today so far. Big Azrael also kind of comes in a little bit closer, and he's just like, man, yeah, I haven't seen a place like this in a minute, you know. But she kind of like leans in, and she's just like, okay, so like, I don't, like, what's, so he was saying like, what's the vibe here? Like, I mean, like, where do you think would be the best place to, if we're gonna be here for a while?
Well, are there lots of Marines and stuff around here? You know, you guys are wanted people.
Yeah, we're gonna have to play it safe. Oh, am I still in that disguise from last time?
Yeah, we'll say you and Scarlet were properly disguised. Bangy Boom doesn't need one, because he is not technically a wanted individual, and neither do any of the nomads. Dill seems seems rather uninterested in being seen, and so that just kind of leaves like Lord Azrael, and no, I think that's it, right?
Well, I bet with you, Azrael, we could just, do we have a big cloak? We could toss it over you, hood up. And with your two missing arms now, I doubt most people would recognize you.
I'm sure we got some blankets we could sew together or something, you know, make a cloak.
Softy boy is just like, oh, well, you know, we have some spare.
You could just
like,
wrap me up like the sand people.
We have
That's
some.
how we met them. We did.
We have some spare, like, because you're a big ass guy, you know, a normal size cloak is not gonna fit you. But Softy boy is just like, yeah. We have some spare sails, you know, for if we ever need a patch or stitch anything up. So,
right. You know, I think a cloak would, you know, definitely make you seem much less suspicious. You know,
Y'all make it sound like I'm hey, you know, like.
That is how you are. You are hey. Have you seen yourself?
oh my god.
You know, I missed being around this crew until you started talking, man. I swear to God.
Holy shit.
At least you only have 2 arms now. You look way less suspicious. I'm not gonna lie.
And Dalt is just kind of like periscoping. She has like her hand like covering her her like keeping the rain out of her eyes, and she's just kind of squinting and like on her tiptoes, like looking as far as she can, and she's just like, there's so much here. Could you like describe it? Can we like get like a little bit of a lay of the land, like what all there is to offer here? And she's asking Davos.
Davos scans kind of all to, I suppose, the northwest and south of them, just here where there's landmass. And first he'll gesture up here toward the north, where I think you said last time we could see like at least the edge of the jungle and definitely the swamp. And
Yeah.
I'm gonna say this area I don't know much about. It's mostly untamed wildland from everything I've heard. I don't really want to head in there from what I've heard as well. So I never did as a kid. The furthest I ever traveled, and now I gesture here the west, is the Azrael fields. Used to raid the peach and fruit orchards there. Delicious in the season. If we're lucky, maybe we can get something on our way through. Then down to the south is most of my stomping ground. I mean, you've got Port Vestibule, which is the most obvious place of visit, I suppose. But I mean, there's also Port Isidore, far, far to the south, at the very tip of the kingdom, essentially. There's the Chateau on the western coast, just not on Green Rock quite, but on the mainland. I used to raise some hell there too, and I'm kind of like grinning and chuckling around at everybody now. And that's really where the orchards start to show up too. Of course, we've got, probably gonna butcher the pronunciation, but Poisson.
It's just Lake Cole is like what it's referred to as by the locals. Yeah.
You've got Lake Cole here in between us and Vestibule, and then past Vestibule is definitely where we need to be safe. That's the Navy's watchful eye high atop the cliff, making sure everything's in their place. Everything's got to be in its place.
And so
Davos takes a deep breath and goes, anyway.
Big Azra is just like, well, so the captain's looking for like books. Is there anything like close by, like where there's books? Like, I don't know.
Wait, is there anything I could remember from what because I had to spend time to scribe it onto the belt. Are there any symbols that I remember from what I scribed, Vex?
Roll a history.
Oh, history. Okay. Let's see if I'm good at history. I don't know. What happened yesterday? I don't know.
You've been through a lot, you know.
You know, you're right. I have been through a lot.
You've been kind of traumatized. You did really well, even without the guidance. But yeah, so you would be able to maybe remember like a few off characters and like that you saw, one of the ones that you saw more frequently off of your like etching and whatnot. And you can go ahead and like scribble that down and show it to the captain. Scarlet, you said you were looking for like to figure out more about like this voice, and then were there any other goals you had as far as like the south half as captain of the crew?
I guess just exploring what the south end is. I don't really have anything specific besides that. I'll probably gain more things I would want to do in character as I learn what is on the south end.
Yeah, so with Davos's knowledge, he's able to kind of like let you guys know what's going on. There's the capital, obviously, which is enclosed in a big wall, and there's a castle there, and there's like the royal guard, so that's like their version of the police, which is like the local government, and then there's also the Marines, which is like the world government. So that's what's gonna be like directly south, like quite a ways from you guys. The chateau is like a museum and paper mill and library, and then but closer than that there is also a college, which is what Lake Cole is. It's like a fishing town as well as a college town. And then to gonna bring up
the college for books.
Yeah, to the very, very south, like on the left side, is going to be like mostly just like exports. It's just a lot of shipping. So there's like wheat and corn fields and rice fields closer to the swamp. the orchards are gonna be along this side over here, and then there's like tomatoes and like stuff like that here, and then at the very south by like this by Port Isidore is actually a lot of vineyards. So there's a little collection of tons of different like agriculture here, lots of farms and fields and things like that. But the thing that you guys are closest to, that you are kind of like parked right outside of, is this college town, where there's also a lot of fishing that goes on.
Ooh, I would imagine if there's like some farming and stuff, they probably have some leather. Would that be right?
You would assume so.
Right. Yeah, that's why. Hey, I'm all down to go to the college town if you guys want to.
Big Azra just kind of laughs.
Personally,
yeah,
I've
Big
got a couple
Azra.
ideas I'm working on, and I'm in need of some supplies.
He just kind of like chuckles. He's just like, yeah, I haven't been to college in a long time. It's been half my lifetime ago. And he kind of cracks his neck and cracks his knuckles, and he's like, I wonder if the parties are still like they used to be. And he slaps Davos on the shoulder. You take 1 point of unintentional damage.
You went to college?
ooh, could I? I was just gonna ask that too. Okay, I definitely want to ask that. Part of me is almost okay. No, I'll take the damage, and I do want to ask him. I want to be like, oh, so I never really pegged you as like a frat bro.
Yeah, I didn't really hang out with like any of those like snooty rich kids or anything like that, but I went to a few parties in my day, and he's just he's kind of laughing a little bit. He's like, I mean, it wasn't here. I'm not from Live Neal. I just showed up in the north half. Felt like kind of dropping off the grid for a while. I'm from a kingdom also in the north, but way on the other side. You probably haven't even heard of it. And he just kind of like brushes it off, and he's just playing it cool.
Well,
and
what
whatnot.
is it? Where are you from?
Yeah,
I
you
thought
can't
you've
say
been
where it
a
is.
nomad since the beginning.
I've been there for about 20 years or so. It's been a minute since I've, seen civilized life, but yeah, I hail from Dill. It's not really well known. It's one of the lesser kingdoms here. They're not like anything spiffy. Most of the people don't even notice them. They just think that it's part of the Red Line, but it's actually like an island that kind of like is tucked underneath a bit. Like it's a little hidden gem, nothing too fancy though.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, hell yeah! Shout out.
Oh, that's a destination.
There's really nothing to see there. Like not nothing that I can recall. They had a pretty nice port, but I don't know, if you're not really like, that's where I learned to build a lot of stuff. So I mean, like, if you're bangdy boom, you might have meet a few friends there, but nothing too fancy. It's just kind of run of the mill. Get it? And he kind of like laughs at a joke that like, yeah, he's like yeah, they just got a lot of wood and just a lot of shade. But it's nothing too fancy. But let me tell you, like, people at boring little places like that where there's not much to do throw the wildest parties.
Right, very true. Very true.
And Dalt's just confused.
But
She's like, wait, I'm sorry. Like, you go to like there's like a place where you go and like everyone goes and they just all learn in like one big spot, and she's literally like completely clueless to like just like the basic. She's been so sheltered by Baba like this whole time. Or not by Baba, by whatever. Yeah, Baba Mira.
Yeah, believe it or not, people gather in large groups. Sometimes to learn things. Sometimes they say they're going to learn things, then they just end up having a bunch of fun and don't learn anything. But that's kind of, the roll of the dice.
Davos is like visibly sour, and he chimes in there, and he'll say, Yeah, here, I won't speak on all colleges everywhere, but here you're going to see a lot more of the second type of student, trust me.
Softy boy just kind of like walks up behind Scarlet and pats her on the shoulder and is like, listen, Captain, I'm not really much of a social butterfly, and I'm thinking somebody needs to watch over the ship, you know, while you guys are doing whatever you're doing. Just I got a den, you know, stay in contact if you need to touch base with me, but I'm probably just gonna hang out here and do a little bit of training and keep an eye on. And he like notions over to Lord Azrael. He's like, we're gonna keep an eye on our guests, and he's gonna like also him and Samia kind of like approach you, Lord Azrael, and they kind of give you status reports about like what's been going on with the Jinn project and whatnot since your absence.
Damn. Hey man, you got it. Take care of the ship.
I'm doing it. You know,
Don't be trying to play hero. If anything happens, you call me ASAP.
he's
I
talking
think
to me,
we're
right?
Balinc's talking to Softy Boy, and Softy Boy kind of like got that message from the captain and then is walking over to you, and Soph and Samia are both kind of just showing you like little updates here and there on everything Jinn project related since your absence. They're kind of keeping it
Good
on
work.
the DL and like not really speaking too loudly, and they're just like pointing to things instead of saying certain things out loud. And they're just like, yeah, we got some unexpected results here after the new arrival, and like you know that they're talking about Orion, the guy you took the stinger from, and he's like and they're just kind of mentioning a few things here and there, and they're like one thing is though is that like we've seen unusual behavior with the first subject, and as they like
Subject
mention,
number 1?
and I'm like, yeah, he seems to have he seems to be like kind of actually thriving off of like some of the stress testing, and he's actually put on more mass, and like they're confused, and they're just like we haven't administered any like of the like and they're just like notioning to a few. They seem confused and they don't know why, but this dude is like actually like putting up surprising results comparatively to whenever you had first started studying him. So they're confused, and Samia is just like, yeah, I don't even like I don't get it. Like, I've never seen anything like this.
Oh, I was gonna.
We can review the results later. For now, let's enjoy the time we all have together with the captain and everybody.
You know, speaking of which, though, Lord Azrael, I did want to show you this. I'm like pull out like a little like glass full of that like jelly substance and things like that. I figured this might pique your interest in terms of some of your experiments. You see, I hear you had a couple devil fruits there, right?
I do.
Well, this stuff right here contains some of the power of the sea. So
Power of the
I don't know.
sea.
Right. You know, I don't have a devil fruit, so I don't know exactly what it does to him, but from, you know, the way Dill was feeling earlier, it has some sort of weakening effect.
Could I take out a vial and ask you to fill it up so I could do run some tests?
Yeah.
Good.
Well, I'll run some tests once I get back to the ship. And I'm gonna hand it to Softy Boy to put it somewhere, I don't know, in the stash. Like,
He's like, you got it. Harry is also like, he was pulling kind of double duty, helping out Davos, so he is actually passed out now. He is just like leaning on a barrel, like hunched over onto it, and like just like he kind of has his arm propped up, like holding his chin where it's at, and like he is like actually nodding off right there, and it looks like the most uncomfortable way you could possibly sleep. and like every now and then, like while y'all were talking, he would just kind of nod and go like, yep, yep. And then like now there's like a visible snot bubble like in his nose, like that's like as he's like snoring away. Like, so he is also gonna stay on the ship most likely.
I would have Softy Boy to every now and then just take like a little bit of hay and put it in front of that treadmill down there, so Rocky B can put some charge on the wind turbine. But don't overwork him. We're all relaxing, but every now and then.
He just kind of nods. He's like, "You got it."
Oh, also, guys, you have bounties, so don't go around saying your real names.
Oh, we need cover-ups.
Oh, okay. Yeah, what will our aliases be? That's interesting. I hadn't thought of that part. And I still have that bag tied around my head as I scratch my chin.
I forgot about that.
I don't even know what kind of name Scarlet would want to come up with.
Because I'm sure somebody will ask in town, so we should probably come up with something.
I've got it. I'll just be Davos.
Davos.
Me.
It's genius.
Put it together.
That's actually it is so Cody coded, I'm sorry. Holy shit. It doesn't really Dang B Doom. No, you don't even need to cover up. Yeah.
I don't need a disguise.
That's kind of cool.
His letters, it's still Bang D Boom.
It's still Bang D
that's
Boom.
his-
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
That's the evil twin brother that they put in the attic. His parents put in the attic, dude.
I'm gonna take that, bro. I'm gonna take that name, but Scarlet's cover-up gonna be Ding.
Oh,
B.
he's a part of the B clan.
Yeah. Hey,
Oh
man.
my god. Cody
It's
said,
his
I'm
brother.
crying.
It's your brother.
Oh
But yeah, I'm
my
gonna
god.
Scarlet's name gonna be Ding B.
Dang B. All right. We got Dang B.
So there's Bang
Chill,
D
chill,
and Bang. There's
Chill,
Bang D
chill.
and Dang B.
Bang B.
I'm gonna get so
They're not
confused.
related. We
Okay,
gotta
and
say
then-
no relations.
Lord
No
Azrael.
relation.
Lord Azrael, do you have a pseudonym you're gonna be going under? Dagnar Ren. I'm sorry.
Dang.
Yeah, above board.
And a Game of Thrones.
That sounds like a Star Wars character.
That is Dagnar Ren is oh my god, a Star Wars character is so
So we got Ill F Chill.
wild. Okay. Dill, are you gonna be disguising yourself at all?
Yeah, I'll try.
I hand
So-
him a bag.
Oh my god. If anybody so Ragnar, Lord Azrael got disguised fairly well with the help of Softy Boy. Dill, Davos is gonna help you out and stuff like that. I won't make you guys roll for it or anything like that. But if you were trying to look fashionable, then yeah, I would maybe make you roll for it. But if you're just trying to be like just like bare minimum, you're gonna be able to like easily kind of like conceal your your most noticeable features.
Yeah. I was wondering, for flavor, does Shiver Skull have his toupee with it still?
I think we agreed back in the end of the fight. Yes, you do have his toupee.
I will put that on as well to cover up my hair.
That's
As well as having
crazy. That is
A cloak
actually
to have whole body covered too.
insane. Oh my god.
Diabolical.
I am deceased, bro. You put it on like backwards.
I got a cloak covering my body, so I don't even look like the same as my bounty poster.
Maybe we leave the skull on the ship, though. You know.
No, yeah, the skull's staying on the ship. But
Yeah, it's just generally suspicious. I'm just saying.
Did I leave the other skulls?
The other skulls?
I pull out Erwin's skull. One that's on my sheet that is literally called Another Skull. And Shiver's skull. I also have a humanoid skull.
He just lays out like a bunch of these skulls.
Just keeps on pulling out skulls. Setting them on the ground right in front of each other.
Look at Dill a little bit differently now. It's like, yo,
I just feel it's hilarious. He's like Shiver's skull, and then Erwin's skull, and then another one, and then another skull. Oh look, another skull, and he just keeps doing it. That is hilarious.
And another one.
I do want to empty that jelly or whatever into the. I'm assuming I was able to put together some sort of like trough or like receptacle for them.
Yeah, you can kind of jerry rig a little something, and you can have like absolutely you'd be able to make like a trough at the very least, or there's even like empty crates and things like that and barrels. Yeah. So that's probably more preferable.
I need something to hold it till we get back. Yeah.
Okay, so you guys are disguised up and you have gotten your pseudonyms. Is there like a story? Are you guys like, do you all know each other, or are y'all just all gonna play it cool and aloof, or like what's going on?
That's what I was gonna suggest. I feel like if we get into a city that's big enough, we should try to get some sort of like merchant paperwork so it's easier to get through marine waters. You know, since I don't got a bounty, I can put my name on it. And then, you know, I've got some random items and stuff like that I could say that we're selling. I'm gonna pack up some like the glass silverware and like stuff like that, just like a couple little trinkets, just to, like show off as stuff we might be selling.
Nice.
But I think that would be good, because if we had a flag we could fly in marine waters besides ours, I think that would make our lives a lot easier. You know, so if we could get some at least semi-official.
That's a great idea.
You would know your ship, like merchant ships are coded. And so you would need to have a registered ship, not just like, so it's like the flag is like going to let you know whether you're like a merchant, a marine, or like a pirate. But like you would also know that the ship itself is going to need to have like a certain type of registration.
Oh, I know. That's what I'm saying. I'm saying we should register the ship.
Okay. So you guys have figured out kind of a little bit of some things to do. And obviously it would be easier to sail there, but you wouldn't want to necessarily do that. We're going to keep the boat hidden is what we decided last time, right? So you guys are going to hoof it. Is that right?
Yeah, the heel toe express, you know?
So
I like it.
We move onward.
The old-fashioned way.
And so I'm assuming we're going to Lake Cole, because it's closest. You guys seem pretty excited about the college.
Yeah, I'm down. Let's go.
All right.
First mark, look hole.
The
College
rain
of snooty douches.
the rain subsides, and like the sun starts to peer through the clouds and whatnot. So you guys get a little bit of a warmer stroll, but nothing quite comparative to the deserts that you would become slightly acclimated to, or that the nomads have known their entire life. And so you get like a little bit of a sunny stroll, and there's like dew, like a dew-ish amount of water on the grass as you guys stride. There's like also after you get out of like the more swampy areas, there's a little bit more of like a beaten path. where there's like some like gravel and sand and things like that, so you're able to not travel like just on like grass, and you can kind of see multiple paths sprawling out across like the field lands and things like that all the way to the other side. As you kind of walk, you could see like beyond some of the fields as other fields like start and whatnot, so you're able to like get like a good vantage of the whole south side here for the most part. You can't see all the way to like the west side of the island. You just see that it keeps going on fields and fields for miles and miles, but you get a good look at everything south of you. And you guys are going to approach a tree line after probably about like a half an hour, maybe 45 minutes of forward march kind of pace. And poking up above the tree line is a tall lighthouse, and a little ways away from the lighthouse, also still within that little tree line, is a clock tower. And you can see it's not like a tightly knit tree line, it's just like a loose cropping of like oak looking trees that surround many buildings, and you can even see docks kind of jutting out into the ocean. So as you guys approach, you'll notice one break in the tree line and like a bit of like a vine covered archway, and that is going to allow you to enter in. But pretty much all of the like that's like the main like there's like an actual cobblestone road that you can see kind of leads towards the south, towards the capital. But you guys are coming from the north, so like you're kind of going like off the beaten path towards like the actual like paved road. So that will lead you to the entrance of the l'école, and you guys are gonna be at the top of this map.
As we pull in, Davos starts to like kind of like chew on his lip, and as we pull up here to the edge of town, he suddenly goes, "Hey, I think I want my code name to be Jeffrey instead, if that's cool."
Okay.
Jeffrey,
I
it
was
is.
wondering why you picked something so close to your name when you came from this place.
No. I was just like in a different mood. Like, it's fine. It's chill. It's fine, dude. It's chill.
Hey, you know, to be honest, you look like a Jeffrey. I think it's spot on, man.
You
Man,
look like a
Davos,
Jeffrey. That's crazy.
I'm gonna call you
Davos
Jeff.
is Davos's previous like nerves seem to suddenly disappear as he kind of narrows his eyes at Bang, and he's like, "Do you really mean that?"
Yeah, man. You know, I've met a lot of Jeffreys in my day, and you definitely seem like a Jeffrey if I ever saw it.
Okay. You guys kind of stroll in, and you notice this is not perfectly to scale comparatively to the size of your tokens. It's just I can't really do huge maps because it's gonna crash like Roll20 even more than it already does. And your boy needs to re-up on plus soon. But yeah, you guys do notice there's a shit ton of docks there straight ahead. There's also like the sun that's peeking out of the sky, like out of the clouds and whatnot, kind of catches a golden glare that shoots towards Bang Di Boom and Dill specifically, and that is something straight ahead that you're noticing. It immediately catches your eye. There is a bit of like a covered, like a courtyard kind of situation here at the front. This is gonna be like a lobby that kind of like opens you up into the college, is what Davos would know. And this whole area right here is the college. And then there's like dorms over here and like administration over here. So this whole top right part of the map is going to be the college. And then the rest of this town is like the town proper around it. So this is going to be like on the docks, there's like actually like people who live in boats here, and they like sail out and fish, and then they sell like their goods and stuff and like the catch of the day to the locals as well. So there's people who like live in the docks, like in that whole situation and in that area, as well as people who like have actual housing here. There's a bit of infrastructure that's tucked off of the map to the right side, such as some dry docks, which probably catch Bang D Boom's interest, and then a lighthouse in the distance. This biggest.
Which side is that? You said the right side?
Yeah, it's gonna be on the right, off of the map, but like over in that direction. Right. And then like by this tree in the college courtyard right here, this bigger this is like a gazebo that like actually is like a really tall clock tower as well. And so like there's like a whole like little bustling town here. They obviously have a lot of the farmland providing for them, so that like this is mostly just like they're just known for fish here. That's like pretty much all they do is like fish and party. You know, so that's like kind of like what this town's basic layout is. There's a few individuals, like I think this is like a Saturday or Sunday that you guys are here, so school is not in session right now.
Okay. Well, you know, me personally, I kind of want to see, I'm more interested in the town than the college itself, but I don't know what everyone else wants to do, so maybe we kind of go in some groups.
I look at Davos and I say, I know you know where the bar is.
Oh, and I look at Lord Azrael and I'm like, yo, I need like 20 million of those 80 million. Because who knows how much it costs to register.
Holy shit.
Oh, that's a lot of money, but
How many GP is 20 million?
it's like 200 gold, I think.
Yeah, something like that.
2,000 gold, maybe. Something close to that.
It's 200, I believe. But yeah.
I don't think we got that. Bang.
We have 80.
Yeah, we do have it. But okay. Here.
Right.
Did the captain say okay? You know, the captain probably said okay. I'll trust you.
All right. Yeah. Don't worry. I'm not going to the bar with it. Looking at Dill.
Yeah.
Hey, this is my money.
Hey, yo.
I was going to give you some of my money. I just didn't know how much you would need.
I also don't know how much I would need. That's why I said 20 million. Who knows? It could cost a lot. And, you know, it depends. You know, region
Would it
to
be
region.
200 GP? I only got 54.
But it's all good, man.
Big Azra is gonna walk over and he's gonna like see you trying to do something for the better of the crew, and he's just like listen, you know, and he slaps you on the back. 1 point of unintentional damage, Bang D Boom. And he's like, I haven't had much use for this, you know, since I dropped off the grid, but I held on to a little bit of my nest egg from back in my glory days, and yeah, I feel like you could put it to better use than I could. And he hands you 5 million berries. But it's like old, and like some of them are like covered in rust, like, you know, those green pennies and stuff like that. Like this is like been baking and cooking in the salty desert for like 20 plus years. But he hands you like a bunch of money.
Okay. Hey, much appreciated. You know, the contribution will not go in vain.
Oh, so you would have took our gold back in the desert.
He's
Well,
just
know.
like
he hasn't used this stuff in a while. I'm like bite on one of them like a coin.
He's like, Baba told us, you know, whenever some of us first arrived, you know, though not many of them are still around at this point, but she's like, you gotta let go of all of your earthly possessions and put it all behind you. I put it underneath me. And he's like, I hid it in a spot where I knew the sand wouldn't erode. There was like a good, like, I thought ahead a little bit. It might have gotten waterlogged a time or two whenever, you know, like some of the tide came in, but I figured I might find a good use for this if I ever got tired of the desert one day.
Cash is cash. I wish there were more guys just handing it out.
And
Anything
as you
else we
say
need
that,
to pick up for the ship as I'm looking around, guys.
Probably some more resources to keep on making repairs on it.
Oh,
Do we got food?
y'all have a ton of food, yeah. Like y'all have about 3 weeks worth of supplies, minus a day or two. And plus a bag of rice crackers, minus that bag of rice crackers, it's gone. But there was as Davos was like, I wish there were more guys handing that out. Like you hear like a extra, read all about it, local news, and he's like and there's like something coming from the docks, and some guys just like he's like 15 million berries on the line. You know, who thinks they can catch the biggest fish? And that's like coming from like the docks, like way on the other side of the town from where y'all are at right now.
Oh, Azrael, you should go into that.
Yeah, this is gonna be me, guys. I'll catch up with y'all later. Goodbye. Someone say big fish.
Best of luck, friend.
Carlos, salutes to this man. God, this
So did someone say
Believe me.
big fish? I'm dead. Oh my god.
well,
it-
I was heading that direction anyway. I think so. Maybe I'll go.
okay.
Hey, I mean, worst comes to worst, if you can't catch a big fish, you could always, you know. I'm kidding. Don't do
Right,
it.
I just don't
Bro.
want him to be the.
Oh
Okay.
my god.
Crazy. So Dill, you had mentioned
If Lord Azrael ever goes dark, it will be because of you guys.
so Dill, you had mentioned to Davos, like, you know where the bar is at.
Yep.
This is a college town. There's more than one or two drinking holes here, but the most popular one, you know, this is like the college campus, like this conglomeration of like buildings here, and then these associated administrative buildings, and then dorms and stuff over here. There are two ridiculously popular bars. One of them is literally right across from the college. And then there's also a little bit more of a hole in the wall tucked away spot back in the corner here. There's more than two bars here. Like a lot of places here will serve like a thing or two and like have a specialty and whatnot. Those are just gonna be like the one is like a local like, you know, gem that they kind of like best kept secret kind of thing, and one is like the touristy, like very busy spot, you know what I mean?
I prefer someplace quiet.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
I want a live berry. A live berry. Give me a live berry.
Scarlet, you know a thing or two, and you would think that the school might have a library, you know, somewhere on campus. So maybe you would want to check out the college, but that would be the only place like here that would probably have like the most like public knowledge, you know what I mean?
Yeah. I want to say to Scarlet, I guess something along those lines, but specifically, I'm going to show Dill to the drinking hole, and then I'll meet up with you and help you find it if you haven't found it by then, okay?
Okie dokie. Y'all be safe.
I mean, we can all walk to the library now.
Okay, we can all get our drink on after. Yeah, I like that. I like that.
Is Ragnar in with Lord Azra? Because
Yes.
if not, I think that Ragnar should stay with Captain.
Ragnar
Yeah,
with
Ragnar
Lord
would
Ezra.
I want
Yeah.
to try some.
Does Big Azra want to come with me? Because I'm probably heading to dry dock.
Yeah, Big Ezra will probably hang out with Bang D Boom. Dalt will probably hang out with wherever Scarlet and Davos are going. Rus was actually left behind, and he is actually on the ship right now. And he like there's just like a cutaway for a moment where like it stops raining and Rus pops his head out and he's like, "Oh, finally, guys, where'd everyone go? And then
Wait,
Softy Boy,
Why
like
didn't
Harry,
Doc tell him?
yeah, Softy Boy is just kind of like hanging out in the crow's nest, and he's just kind of like leaning back, like doing a cool guy pose with his arms like behind his like head, like, and he's just like no, they went into town, and he like points that way with his thumb, like pretty like lax and whatnot. And like as he like kind of shouts, like, and Harry's like, what the hell? Like, I'm sorry, Rus is like, what the hell? Harry's like nose bubble, like a snot bubble, like pops. He's like, huh? What's up? Where we at? And they're just kind of like hanging out, and he's like, well, Harry just immediately gets like the assesses things. He's like, well, it looks like you're with us. And he like slaps Rus on the shoulder, and we're watching the ship. So that's like a hilarious little cutaway that those three have. As far as the other, like, Samia will probably hang out wherever Lord Azra goes. And then Big Azra will be wherever Bang D Boom goes. Dalt will be wherever Davos and Scarlet are. So just so I don't have to drag around as many tokens and stuff like that. Y'all can just assume that's where they'll be at. So as Lord Azrael, Big Azra, Samia, and Bang D Boom all head towards the bottom of the map here, which is east. That's why I put the little compass at the top there, so we can have our bearings. So as they start to like head east towards the docks and whatnot, you notice a few individuals crowded around like this like plaza. It's like the most open part. Like there's some like streets that you can kind of see as you pass through and past the college and whatnot, and some alleyways. But you notice this like large area here. There's like a grandma and a little boy, and the boy is like pointing and laughing, and he's like, check it out. And the grandma's like, those hooligans, vandalism. And she's like got her arms crossed, and she's wagging her face, like, or wagging her finger and shaking her head, and she's like, I can't believe it's the third time this week, you know, like, and they're looking at the statue that is in front of you, Bang D Boom. And the statue is of a this is a large statue, by the way. It is bigger than you are. It is a tortoise that is, it seems to be solid gold with rubies embedded into its shell in like periodic intervals. And it seems to have graffiti scribbled onto it. Yeah, there's just like these college kids just drew like dicks on it and shit like that, and like just like it's like and you know, like one of the other locals is like standing off to the side, and he's just poking his head out his window, and he's like, it's a damn shame, like. And Lord Azrael and Samia, you guys just kind of like walk right past it. Big Azra starts laughing. What immediately goes through your mind, Bang D Boom?
Well, first thing, I'm gonna like grab one of my hands with the other to like try to resist from just snatching the rubies off of the off of the giant tortoise, and just kind of look at it and be like, man, it's a shame to mess up a work of art like that. I guess that's what you get when you're in a college town. You know, people where I'm from, they didn't really act like this, but hey, who knows?
And yeah, so Big Azra is just like, oh yeah, you know, I've definitely seen some vandalism in my time. And he's like, these you know, there's a bunch of trees over where I'm from, and like a couple like mountains and whatnot, and these guys got some toilet paper, and like he just kind of tells you like an anecdote as you guys kind of stroll off. It would be to the north of here, so like the right side of the map, straight down the street if you were wanting to head towards like the dry docks, which would be where like all of
look for any like shops that are around here that might have like leather, metal, stuff like that.
Hell yeah, you're able to see like open stalls that are like covered. That's like what this like actually this like sequence of 4 like canopy buildings here are. There's like a little open market area. There's a lot of fish, but there's like a lot of other goods and stuff as well. There's fruit and like dried goods from the fields around and whatnot. So there's like corn and rice and like seeds and things like that if you needed like any like flower seeds and like other, like, and then they do have a ton of just miscellaneous goods. They have leather. They also have like fish scale like decor. So it's like, imagine like sequins, you know, like but like it's like they got like a whole bunch of stuff that's like it's like that. And then they also market fish leather, which is something that you might not have really ever heard of. It's really only popular here, from what you kind of gather. I won't even make you roll for it. But you're able to find like some basic things. If you just want to DM me, like kind of what you're looking for, we can go over some of the pricing and whatnot. Just because you guys will be spending a little bit of time here and whatnot, but maybe you just do like some window shopping right at this moment. If you're trying to definitely get the ship stuff done, we can get to that in just a moment. Lord Azrael and Samia, you guys notice a bunch of individuals just like living, like you could see some of these boats are like housing boats, and some of them are like fishing boats, and there's like individual little like canoes and like little rowboats and dinghies and things like that people will sail off, park it near a sandbar out closer towards the clockwise gyre, and they'll do like some more deep sea type fishing. And you can see that some of these are like just straight up merchant boats that are just like as you walk up, this guy with like a fishing hat kind of right near you is just like step right up, step right out. I've got your live bait, everything you could possibly need right here. You need worms, I got them. You need flies, I got them. You need anything, I got you. And he's just like, you big sir, tallest man I might have ever seen walking through here. I'm sure you could cast one hell of a line. Like he just kind of like starts fast talking at you, and he's just like, I've got the best prices out of anyone you'd see here. And like you kind of see like a few of these other individuals that are also running like their like kind of market stall kind of like dock setups. They just kind of like shoot him glances. Like he's just like talking shit about all his neighbors.
Are you the one that mentioned big fish?
And he's just like, oh, you're into catching big fish, are you? Well, you're gonna need big bait to catch big fish. And he's just like, there's a competition coming up. It's about a week and a half out. They say if you can catch a record-breaking fish, they're giving out 15 million berries. Could you believe it? Some of these kids, that's like
money I lost.
Yeah, some of these kids, that's like a whole, semester's tuition. Like that's crazy.
If I win, I just start thinking to myself, if I win this competition, I'll earn half the money I lost. I must win.
And Samia's just kind of like looking over like
fishing hook.
Yeah,
Your
she's just kind of like
worms.
she's looking over like some of the bait, and she's just like, oh, gross. Like, is a fish really like eating this? Like, and she just kind of like picks up a worm and is like, interesting. And she's like confused, and he's like, hey, Missy, like hold on, don't be putting your hands all over it. This is prime quality stuff. We wouldn't want any depreciation. Like I can't, like now you gotta buy it. And she's like, wait, hold on, what? And she looks like a little bit confused. She's like, yep, that's right.
Don't worry about it, Simia. Don't worry about it, Simia. He's just trying to pressure you to buy something. Good merchant trick.
He's like, oh, so you're somebody who knows a thing or two. Oh, well, then I guess listen. Come in close.
Situation where it's auction. Okay.
I know a guy who knows a thing or two when I see him. You, sir, you'll get a discount. I'll give you the friends and family discount. You get like, come on, you just have to make sure that you buy 1 million minimum, and I can make sure that I give you 50% off of the going rate. Go ahead, ask me anything. Ask me the price, anything.
I want to roll an insight on this guy. If he feels like a con man.
Go ahead.
Oh, it's intimidation.
This is like,
It's a good.
oh, it is intimidation. Okay, so it's a flat note, like with like the 19 is absolutely good enough. This guy is blowing smoke up your ass right now. He's a fast talker. He's like, you know, kind of rubbing his hands together, and you can see his eyes are basically berry signs. He's giving you very Bang De Boom vibes.
Hey,
I know your kind. I live with your kind all day. You think you can trick me? I immediately said, Simia, come on, let's go to the next vendor.
And she's just like, okay, but he said I have to buy this one, and like,
you don't have to do anything, Simia. Come on.
and she just kind of like she's like, okay, sorry, and she like just like waves to him, and like this next guy is like on his ship. He's kind of like coiling up some ropes and whatnot, and you can see a few lines cast, and he just has them like kind of notched onto the side of the boat, and like one of them catches, and he like sees it, and he like picks it up with his offhand and like pulls it back, and you see like a big majestic like sea bass like flies through the air, and there's like the beads of water, like as the sun like shines through them, it almost looks like crystals. There's like this like perfect scene out of like a shampoo commercial, you know what I mean, like where like everything just looks so like saturated and like picturesque. And he like catches the sea bass in his like bare hand and like unhooks it, and he's just like would you look at that, you must be my good luck charm. And he just kind of like smiles and nods. He's got like a piece of like hay sticking out of his teeth. And he's just like, the name's Sebastian. And who might you be, good sir and ma'am?
My name is Dagnarin.
And she just kind of like curtsies a bit. She's like, I'm Samia. And she's like, that was really impressive. He's like, oh, that? Nah, that was all in a day's work. Nothing too fancy here. He's just like, so what brings you to Lake Cole?
I heard there was going to be a fishing competition, and I'm interested. You seem quite skilled at fishing.
Oh, let
you
me tell
got the
you,
best tools around.
it's not going to be much of a competition. And he kind of smiles.
Wait,
and like,
are you joining the competition?
he's like, I'm the record holder, Sonny. Dag nabbit. What did you, and he just like looks a little bit confused. He's like, sorry, I'm bad with names.
Just call me Dan.
All right, Dan. Well, yeah, I'm bad with names, but I'm damn good with fish, Dan. And he just kind of like flexes, and he like points over to like a barrel, and he like chunks the sea bass into it, and like that barrel is like full with just like flopping like fish. And he's like, yeah, that's just from this morning. When the light rain comes in, these guys love to come into the shallow water. Don't even gotta set sail. You know, it's rough here to catch a slip. You know, sometimes these docks are so full, you gotta wait for about a week before you can get a prime you know, like spot like I've got right here. Not too keen to give it up.
Okay, there's two ways of interpreting it. Yeah, see, Vex, there's a lot of ways I could go about this. Be like, so you happen to live close to here, huh?
He's like, I live right here, you see. Sometimes I live over there, and he points out into the ocean towards like a sandbar, and he's like, sometimes over there, and he points like closer to like Port Vestibule and stuff like that, and he's like, but this is the best spot I've had here in months. Traffic's been crazy ever since
Wait, this boat is your house?
He's like, this house is my boat.
I see.
and you can kind of see like clotheslines, like where he's like got his laundry hanging up and stuff like that, and like you see like a little bowl of like some half-eaten like oatmeal and stuff like that. And he's just like, yeah, this is my trade, this is my passion, this is my way of life, sonny.
It was nice meeting you, Mr. Record Holder.
And
Keep that in mind.
He's just like, yeah, let me know if you need any pointers. You know, I'm looking forward to the competition, but I'll be taking home the gold.
Oh yeah. You'll be taking something home, all right. Come on, Samia.
And he's like, step right up, step right up. Oh, it's you. And he kind of like gives you like a stink eye, and Samia's just like, sorry again. Like, but
I'm
yeah,
talk to
so
one of the stalls that he was insulting earlier.
there's like a guy over here. If you wanted to like move on down. But yeah, there's a couple individuals. All like some of these like boats seem to be owned by the same guys and stuff like that. This guy's just like he's just like hey, you look pretty you just like jumped, like I don't know, like okay, cool. But he's like, hey, you look like a strapping young lad. You know a thing or two about sailing ships, is that right? We seem to be down one on our crew. We can't really make a full journey. So like we're gonna post a job listing, but I mean, if you know a thing or two, you know, we might be just able to like see what you got, and like you know, would you be able to help us? You know, we just need somebody to work the sails, maybe cast an extra line or two, pull in some nets. It's just, you know, we normally have a little bit more help. And Samia's just like wait, so we're going back out on the water? And she's just like kind of like confused, and she's like, these guys don't seem like they know what the fuck they're doing. Like,
No, Samia, don't worry about that. We're not going back out on the water. Look, I just came here to see if you guys sold any fishing equipment.
sold any fishing equipment? Well, no, I mean, we kind of need everything we've got. We're kind of bare bones right now as is. Like, times have been a little bit tough. I mean, it's crazy. Some people catch a whole lot, and then we have just like the most rotten luck. We don't really be catching anything. I guess they caught it all before us.
It must be that record holder over there. He has like multiple barrels of it. As a matter of fact, you know what that guy told me? He told me I catch the fish on purpose so that everybody else can catch it, so I can get all the money and prize for myself.
I knew
he does
it
on purpose, man.
And he kind of like
I don't think that's fair.
Yeah, he kind of like kicks the dock and he like throws his hands down. He's like, God, yeah, we can't catch a break, man. We've had just like such a run of bad luck lately. I don't.
And you know what I think? I think with a guy like that around, you'll never find success. He's gonna keep on beating you down, all of y'all.
You're right. And he just kind of like, so his gaze like sobers up and he stares daggers into Sebastian's like boat. And he just like, he's like, I'm sorry, I've got to go now. And he like walks off to his boat. Like he just like, his posture is like a little bit more crooked. I think you just created a Batman villain, Ragnar, but and so yeah, there's like a whole little bustling, thriving like community here on the docks as like a bunch of like gulls fly overhead and whatnot. Let's go ahead and see what Scarlet and the gang are getting into. You guys notice that some of the buildings seem a bit closed off, like locked and whatnot. As far as the main like administrative and like some of the classrooms and things like that, but there are like open halls and there's like a little directory that tells you where the library is. The library is actually going to be right here, this bigger like building on the opposite corner from where you guys are standing. The quickest way to get through there would be to cut through the whole courtyard situation. And as some of these buildings are locked off and stuff like that, the courtyard would be like the easiest public access route as well. And the library has hours, so sun up to sundown, no inside or outside food and stuff like that, and it's just kind of like basic like rules and whatnot. So if you guys get to moving through the courtyard, you're gonna notice that there's a bit of a chatter, and it seems that there are a few individuals kind of hanging out at the courtyard, eating like lunch and stuff like that. Although it's a Sunday and like school proper isn't in session, there are like some extracurricular clubs that that do hang out even whenever school isn't in session. So you guys can drag your tokens out and put them like over here, like on this side, yeah, somewhere. As you enter into the courtyard, there's like a large tree here with potted plants hanging from some of its limbs, and then like a fountain, like a water fixture, as well as like a few benches. And these are like gazebos with little garden, like dining sets. And there's a bunch of like individuals all seated around. You can see like a dozen or so individuals. There's like this is like a huge clock tower, but there's just like at the ground level, there's just like a little well where like people can like throw like pennies in and stuff like that. So yeah, this is just like kind of like the basic like open courtyard setup. You can see like a few individuals just kind of like chilling, having tea like over here and eating like little finger sandwiches, and one of them
straight through.
one of them like waves at you guys. It's like a lady with like pink hair, and she just like looks excited. She kind of shoots a wink at Dill. And then like there's there's two other individuals over here that seem to they don't have any drink or food whatsoever, and they both kind of just like shoot you ugly like stink eye looks. And if you guys start walking through the library is gonna be
because they hang us.
Oh my god. The library is going to be this building over here that you can see the corner of and whatnot past like the rest of the courtyard. You guys do also notice one like kind of lonely individual tucked off in the corner over here. Just kind of like eating like a snack by himself. And like he is on
walk over to her.
Yeah, he's like on a snail call right now, and he's just like yeah, this food's not really as good as like the lunches you always whip up for me, but I won't be able to make it out there today. I'll see if I can stop by after class tomorrow. Take it easy, Cece. Got a lick.
Ooh. I'm gonna scare this now. Boo. Jump in.
And he just kind of like looks up and he's like, "What do you want?"
You wasn't scared?
I think it takes a lot more than that to scare me. And he just like looks up. He's like, you don't look familiar. You're not from around here, are you?
No, sorry, no.
Wait, no, what happened? Davos, what's going on?
You can see he just kind of sneers at you a little bit, and he's just like, hey, watch your tone, you know, and he just like, he's like, I get enough of this, you know. He's like, yeah, you're just like all the rest.
Yo, Scarlet. That's what's up.
And he just kind of gets up and packs his things, and like he gets like his little half-eaten like shitty sandwich from like a cafeteria, and he just like starts walking off.
No worry.
Peace be with you, friend. I meant no offense.
Yeah, I'm gonna go straight to the library.
Yeah, and so he walks like past the library and like off like towards the dorms and stuff like that. You saw he was in a pretty sour mood. And like something he said kind of stuck with you is like, you're just like the others.
What he said that the Davos or me?
Both of you. I don't even know if he noticed
Davos
Dill.
feels really terrible.
Like,
'Cause you were- There it is.
I literally don't even know if he noticed Dill. Like, but yeah, so there's like this little,
directly behind Captain, just
There's,
in the
like-
bushes still.
yeah, there's like this little wishing well here, and you can see like there's like, these are like, this is like a gazebo type situation, and you can see there's like little like tortoises kind of like lining all of the woodwork and stuff like that. And you guys would have even overheard like from like walking past like that previous gazebo with like the 6 people by it. They were talking about maybe something like student government related, and you guys heard like this year the gem hide, you know, the gem hides are definitely going to like, you know, like to finals, and like they're talking about like some like sports team. Davos would kind of gather, and he knows that like that's the mascot of this college is the gem hide tortoises.
They haven't made it in the last 10 years. They won't make it in the next.
Oh, so they suck, Davos.
Oh my god.
I mean, obviously, Captain. If it takes you 10 years to make it there, you might not make it.
Hey, man, if I was on the team, you know, I'd be putting up big numbers. I'm talking Scarlet numbers, you feel me?
And as you guys like walk up towards the entrance for the library, you'll see that there's a sign posted on the door that says that it is closed for Sunday and will open back up tomorrow.
What?
I try the handle.
And it's just completely locked. It won't even budge.
Yo, Scarlet's gonna knock on the door like, yo, open up the door.
Open the door. I'm sorry. Yeah.
Ignore.
You don't really get any response, but you do see like across the courtyard, like some of these individuals like over here start like looking your way, as you guys are kind of like making a little bit of noise, trying to like get into the door and whatnot.
Wait. These guys? Did you
Like,
say?
Like kind of everyone, you know, but like these guys are like the ones that like shoot, like they kind of look confused, whereas these 2 individuals over here, they look kind of pissed off. Like they just kind of have like resting bitch faces, you know what I mean?
Yo, I'm
Okay.
gonna like turn around and like call out, does anybody know how to open up these doors? So I give me a book.
And one person like yells out to you like, it's closed, go back tomorrow.
I don't want to come back.
No. We want to get in now.
Thank you, Davos.
It's like the library sucks anyways, all the good books are at the chateau.
The what? She's like, hey, we over here.
It's the chateau. And they just kind of like yelling at you.
Which one of you said that? Raise your hand.
It's like this kid right here.
Okay.
So yeah,
what is this chateau?
and there's like it's like a museum and library. Are you not from here? Like you don't go here? Well,
No.
you're not the kids who vandalized the gem hide, are you?
don't go here. We don't go here, bro. Ugh.
It's like, whoa,
Look
dude,
at
chill.
Get a load of this guy.
Wait,
Yeah.
you guys said someone vandalized? What?
The gem hide. It's like our mascot. Yeah. Well, okay. Listen. Like, first of all, if you guys don't go here, I mean, like, campus is open, like as far as the courtyard and stuff like that. But like, if you don't have a library card, you're not getting in there, anyways.
Wait, how do I get one?
You gotta
Wait,
go
like,
here.
What do you, I'm already here. What are you talking about?
No, you gotta like.
She doesn't even here.
Somebody shouts that out. They're like wearing sunglasses and like they have their hood pulled over. Like she doesn't even go here. Like no, but yeah, like they're like one of these individuals just kind of steps forward and they're just like look, like it's too late for you to like register to start classes this term, I think. And if you don't already attend college here, you're not going to be able to check out books from the library. Plus, it's closed.
Wait, so what's stopping me, like hypothetically, from busting them doors open and taking some books? Hypothetically.
Well, like a padlock and like the rules.
All right, beyond that, like nobody's stopping me, right?
Yeah, things that matter.
It's like, and they start shooting you like more concerned glances, and then they just kind of like, they're just like, maybe. And one of them like whispers to another one. Does anybody want to give me perception?
Yeah, I'll roll it.
Um, 11's not gonna do it.
Yeah, my passive.
25 is insane.
There we go.
You hear one student. You hear one student like whisper to another, like, "Hey, should we call security? These guys are kind of sketch. Like, I don't know what's going on. Like, who says that? What's stopping me?"
Yo, all right. You know what? I just had to realize this is not my setting. Y'all have a great day. Can you just point me to where the chateau is? Before I fucking strangle you.
They all point to the west.
Tell them.
And they're like, you just follow the trail out of town and go basically straight west from here. Like, you can't miss it. It's like the only thing in that direction.
Oh, appreciate it.
And they're like, yeah, sure, I guess, have a good day. And like you could kind of hear with that 25, like what's up?
Can I have one of them sandwiches, please?
You just like walk up on and like they're just like, sure, I guess it's mackerel, like and mayo and cucumbers.
Mackerel and mayo sandwiches. I never heard of such a thing. Davos
I don't even know what a
shakes his head.
mackerel is, but I appreciate these sandwiches. She's smacking on these hoes. Oh yeah, these the ones Davos on. I'm gonna give him a piece.
One of them is just like one of them, like you could hear with that 25 still, like one of them's just like, what the fuck just happened? Who was that? And then another one's just like, I don't know, she was kind of cute. Did you see the other one she was with? And they're talking about like Dalt and stuff like that. But like these kids are like, they're just like kind of gossiping, like and they're so fucking confused at what just happened. Like,
No, I am a nobody. I'm just a nomad. Yeah. Shout out to Dalt. I'm a nomad, man. I just be coming and going.
and Dalt's like, don't tell him my name. And she's like, kind of like, she's like, we should get out of here, guys. I feel weird. Like,
Well, don't make it.
What's her
Hey, what
name?
you were dull.
We didn't discuss that.
Oh, yeah.
and she's like, okay, so I need a name too. I'm gonna be Walt Disney.
Okie dokie.
Yeah, the boys.
Holy shit, bro. Not sponsored.
Not related or affiliated to any organizations.
Hilarious. Holy shit. Yeah, she's like,
have a great day.
She's like, can we please leave? This is making me uncomfortable. And Dalt is like, kind of like showing like
Jeffrey,
like
come on.
signs of being like very uncomfortable. As you guys kind of leave, like this person over here kind of like shouts to you, and she's like extremely like Boa Hancock coded, and she's just like she just kind of shouts, and she's like, hey you, and like she kind of like stands up, and she's just like, you better not be the ones who vandalized our mascot.
Who's she
It's your
talking to?
mascot.
She's talking to Walt or me or Davos? I mean, or,
She's talking
I think to all of us.
She's talking to everyone in your whole direction right now, and she just goes back to ignoring you and having a conversation with this guy she's like sitting across the table with.
What's the point of talking to us if you don't even want to hear our answer?
I want to like try to like group us up. I'm like, yo, what is a mascot?
I don't know. I heard Gem hide, but I don't even know what that means.
You framing me about them. I don't even know what a mascot is. These dumbass little kids.
You know what?
Man.
If I see their mascot, I might vandalize it. You know what?
So you guys dip.
They're worth vandalizing.
Oh no, somebody rolled something. Everybody tripping. So while that's all happening, we can go ahead and stop by I guess what Bang D Boom is doing, which is gonna be you'll step to like the far side of the town. You'll pass by like a large like hotel, and then past that there's like a lighthouse that's kind of like up on a hill, and it's taller than everything else around here, going high above the tree line. And then you see like a large covered building that's like at the end of the docks that looks to you like you know, like this is absolutely going to be like a dry dock. And so it's a way for them to like kind of like hoist up ships and work on them and stuff like that. And this would be like where like somebody in the know would be, somebody who can kind of like speak your language and whatnot. And Big Azrael's like, oh man, it's been a long time since I've seen this many boats. Like you know, since right before you came to town actually. And he like remembers the whole shiver, or no, he wasn't even there for that actually. But no, he's just like, yeah, it's been a long time since I've seen like, you know, like a dry dock or anything like that. I wonder if I still got it. And you guys kind of walk up on there's like a building that has like a roof over it because like light rainfall happens, but it's still like mostly outside. And here we are. You can put yourself at the top left. Yeah, around there. So you like walk in, you can see there's like two towers, like this one over here and then a bridge that kind of connects to this one over here. There's a guy kind of like fiddling away at a desk. He doesn't really like take notice of you. And there's one guy working like a hoist. And you can see like stacks of lumber and like and he kind of like sees you immediately and he's just like this guy right here. And he's just like hey, whoa, don't go past the line, you know, dangerous, you might get hurt, you know, this personnel only past the striped line. And he like points to like right here.
All right, well, hey, believe it or not, I actually know my way around a shipyard, even a dry dock. I think I'll be okay. Just here to take a look around.
He's like, it's a insurance kind of thing, you know, like we really can't like take too much of a risk, and no offense. And he like gestures to his eye and he's got like a cut over it. He's like, I know my way or two around, you know, I know my way around a dock or two as well, but you know, accidents happen. And he like looks at your leg and he's like, I think you know what I mean, you know. Like,
yeah, tell me about it, but that's what you learn from your lessons, right?
And Big Azrael is just kind of laughing. Like,
hey man, well, you know, maybe I can help you out with something. What you working on?
He's like, that's what you're like you're a shipwright yourself. You're not from around here. I think I know pretty much everybody on the payroll. And he's just like,
Bang D Boom.
It's like, okay, well, show me your worth your salt, Bang D Boom. What do you think I'm working with here? And he like gestures to the vessel here. You want to give me like carpenters or something, like, or like just like some kind of check to see like if you can assess like what happened.
I think this is one of the times where craft vessel kind of works.
Yeah.
Like
So
quality materials and stuff like that. But,
so you would know that this has taken like some significant like hull damage, as well as some they've been replacing quite a few planks on the deck. This is just a simple like fishing boat. Nothing massive, nothing huge, nothing like too fancy to write home about or anything like that. But this seems to have been demasted which is what happens when, for some reason or another, your mast is removed from your ship. So most of the time, for like pirates, it's like cannonballs and stuff like that like splinter through your mast. Depending on if the mast was anchored to the keel, that can like render the ship irreparable if enough damage is done to it. But if the mast is anchored to somewhere around the deck and things like that, it makes it to where you can kind of like change its position a lot easier, and it also causes less damage if something like that were to happen due to high winds or a capsize or something. So the hull damage and the damage to the deck that you see here is indicative of something of that situation, where it was a mast that either got struck by high winds or some sort of like a object, and it was anchored to the deck, not the keel.
Right. So yeah, I mean, I would just ask the dude. I was like, man, what did this ship get into? It looks like it, either hit a bad storm or was in a battle of some sort, but I don't see any cannons, so I'm assuming this is guys seem to just do a lot of fishing around here. So I mean, if you're working on it, that means it wasn't anchored to the keel, so not all hope is lost, but definitely went through it, huh? You guys get some bad storms?
Oh wow, and you do know your stuff. Well, this wasn't any wind damage or anything like that. It's these bloody pirates. They've been popping out of the woodwork like crazy. Like it's ever since about a month and a half ago. We've been having a lot of these like sailing boats and fishing boats come back like this. It seems like they chained together a couple cannonballs and had that rip the sails, or had to rip through the sails and the mast of this one. It's taken me about a week and a half to get everything like set back up, but this one's just about ready to stab. Like stabbing is when like they put the new mast back in and anchor it after like everything else is like repaired.
Right. Well, I mean, have you guys thought about adding, a couple cannons on your ships? Maybe defend yourself a little bit?
He's like, oh, well, these are patrolled waters. The Marines are supposed to defend us, but fat lot of good they've been doing, like.
Well, that's what I was going to say. I wouldn't be so sure about that defense looking at this ship.
He's like, well,
did they say what pirates they are, or is it just like a bunch of groups?
Oh, rookies left and right. Like as far as I can see, like people are riding this like the current that's like parallel to the clockwise gyre straight to Reverse Mountain. It's kind of like your last stop to pillage before you actually get to the Grand Line. So we've been seeing a lot of unsavory types lately.
Interesting. Well, let me see. I'm assuming you guys got like a smithy or something around here, right?
He's like, yeah, we got a solid facility. We got a workshop and stuff like that. After this job, I've got a couple more lined up. You looking for some work? We can maybe get you hard hatted up. And he like kind of like just like he's like you seem to know your stuff, and he's like and Big Azra's just kind of like looking at the ship, and he's just like, why is it so tiny? And like he's just like, because this dude is huge and this ship is way smaller than the one that y'all were just on. And he
different strokes for different folks, man. Not the size of the boat; it's the motion in the ocean.
But he's like, yeah, we haven't had a lot of help around here. I've had a couple people quit on me due to the influx of like some jobs. Some people up and decided they wanted to go find the world's greatest treasure themselves and set off for the Grand Line. Those damn fools. And he's just like, it's been a crazy, couple of months. I'll tell you that. Where do you find yourself coming from?
Oh man, I'm from far away. You probably haven't even heard of it, man.
All right, you keep your secrets. He like gives you the Frodo Baggins look, like a.
But no, I mean it's it's not some big state secret, but we're a little bit of ways away from Water 7, so I figured.
It's like, oh,
probably didn't ring
no
a bell.
shot. I have a Water 7 Shipwright standing in front of me right now. Wow, you should have opened with that. And he goes in to like shake your hand and he's just like, I'm sorry, man. Like, I just, a lot of people, want to, talk the talk, but they don't know how to walk the walk, and he's just like, that's crazy. So, I mean, like, yeah, I don't even know if I could afford you. And he just kind of like shrugs, and Big Azrael takes note of this, and he's just like, oh shit, like this guy's a big shot. He kind of like has a new admiration for you, Bang D Boom. And he feels a little bit like left out of the conversation. He's like, yeah, and he like stretches and he's just like, yeah, I'm from Deul myself, we know a thing or two where I come from. And this guy's just like, oh yeah, like over at Hardwood Port, dude, they have so many dry docks, it's crazy. That's like, it'd be a dream for somebody like me to work over there. It's probably one of the best setups in the north, I would say. But it's got nothing on Water 7, like, and he just like ignores Big Azra's like attempted flex and is still like kind of like looking at you.
Hey man, it's really not. There's lots of shipwrights around. I'm nothing too special, but I mean, I'm not here for too long. But if you need some help, maybe we can work out a deal. I'm looking for some materials and stuff like that to help restock a vessel I'm riding with, and maybe we could exchange that for some work. I'll just take them with me when I'm done.
He's like, oh, so you sailed in, and he like looks out to the open water here, towards the east, on the bottom of the map here, and he like looks out towards like a few sandbars. You can see some like sloops and some sailing boats and some fishing like boats and things like that parked out by a whole bunch of sandbars, and there's like some buoys and whatnot. You can see that like he's just like he kind of like looks out like towards like the ocean, and he's like which one, like and he scans over and like
we actually walked into town. I got a project I'm working on, a little bit of ways away. We just figured we'd stretch our legs and see what's in the surrounding areas. So nothing to sail quite yet. It's just a passion project.
Well, you really do know your stuff. That's probably a lot smarter. Some people have been waiting for weeks out on the sandbars trying to get a spot at the docks. But yeah, like I mean, if you can get your ship here, say less. I can help you out. One shipwright to another, and as far as supplies, we don't have anything like super special, but I've been hearing actually a little buzz, in the community. Somebody apparently over at Deul, they think they struck gold. Maybe a bit of like a market kind of revolutionizing find. Between me and you, I know a guy. I might be able to get my hands on some of that, but it's not gonna be cheap. I'm gonna be completely honest with you. Plus, I don't know, man. The way they're talking about it's the stuff of legends. I don't even know if I believe it.
Well, what is it?
He's like, you didn't hear it from me, all right? But they say that there's this stuff, this material, and you can line your keel and the bottom of your ship with it, and somehow you can sail straight through calm belts. You believe that?
What kind of material did they say?
Beats me. But I mean, it's gonna be a pretty penny. I had to go through a couple of unsavory channels, keep it on the DL, but
yeah, when did this new revelation just kind of come to light?
It was about a week and a half ago is when I first heard about it. Apparently someone sailed it straight through the calm belt to get here. It came in from the New World. Can you believe that? Sailing straight from the New World to the North Blue?
I mean that sounds That sounds like madness to me. But hey, if they really did it, I know you said it cost a pretty penny, but what are we calling a pretty penny?
And he's just like, well, I've had some of my earnings tucked away, and I'm not really made, too much like that, but I've called in a favor from a couple of people, and but the going rate, like enough to coat a ship, I could never. But I was thinking I could maybe coat a dinghy, and see if I can, I it's a pipe dream, but the fish you can catch over there. Whew, man, I'm sure one of these fishermen will, try and figure it out. But I think I could get, like, it cost me about like 30 million just to get enough to coat the dinghy, and that's with me knowing a guy who knows a guy. You know what I mean? Like I'm a bit on the inside, but coating a whole ship, like even this small thing right here, oh man, it'd be a fortune.
Well, don't you really just need to coat the bottom?
It's like, yeah, but you'd be amazed how much, like, I think it's like a stone like material, or like a metal. It's not like wood.
Interesting. Oh, can I roll an insight to see if, from what I discovered about that jelly substance, I could like theoretically make like a kind of clear coat to put on the bottom that uses that power of the sea?
Yeah, you can. It's gonna be, yeah, you can roll.
All right, is that an insight or engineering or?
I would say engineering for sure.
Okay. Turn off the damage. Show me the money.
You're thinking that it would be, so the fact that whatever he's talking about is something solid is what's gonna let it be affixed to the bottom, whereas what you've got right now is not something that holds its form at sea level and at room temperature per se, and additionally it's something that is not more buoyant than salt water, so it would sink. So it's not going to be something that is like easily doable in the way that like what he's saying is, but it does like definitely like pique your interest, you know what I mean?
Well, yeah. Hey, I mean, I'd definitely be willing to, you could set something up. I could talk to you guys. Maybe we could have an exchange of some kind.
Well, it's gonna be like another week or so at least. The waters have been pretty congested, coming in from here and there and whatnot, especially with all these pirates coming by. But I should be hearing back from them in about a week or so. I'm not sure when hopefully it'll be here around then.
Well, how about, we might help you guys out until then. If you could give me some time in your smithy, I think we could figure some stuff out,
He's like, yeah, I mean, it's fine by me, but I'm really only like second in command here. And you see like the guy at the desk at the top right of the map just kind of stands up and he's just like, hey, it's enough chit chat, back to work. We got a deadline to meet on this one, and then we got 2 more to roll in after it. And he's just like, and you, back behind the line. And he just kind of like, is like kind of a dick. He's like, yeah, sorry, he's like that sometimes, but come back, maybe after we get through some of these jobs, and he'll be in a little bit of a better mood.
Sure. Hey, you want me to? If you need my help, just give me a shout. I'll be around town.
Like, I'll put in a good word for you. And he's just like, when that guy finds out that you're from Water 7, he's gonna feel like shit. But yeah, like he's just kind of been in a mood all day. I don't know if like right now's the time, but yeah. If you're staying in town for a bit, swing back on by in a couple days.
Yeah, sounds good, man.
So
I don't know if I asked his name.
His name is Bruce.
Okay. All right, Bruce. Take it easy. I guess me and Azrael will make our exit.
Big Azra is just like, why didn't you tell me you were from like a really cool place? Like I could have made up like a better story or something. Like did,
I mean, it's just home. It's not that cool. That guy's kind of exaggerating. You know, we just built a lot of ships.
And yeah, as you guys kind of like all meet back, like I'm sure some of you guys like kind of gravitate like towards like maybe center town after like all of these like events take place. Lord Azrael, you're able to hear that like the fishing competition isn't for like some time. You've got like like about a week and a half to kill before like any of that goes down. There are like some basic supplies and stuff like that, but from what the captain heard, like if they're looking for books, they need to go to the chateau. Seems like there's nothing much happening here on a Sunday.
I mean, it looks like coming back in a week is gonna be here, so I'm gonna maybe look for Lord Azrael or Lord Azrael.
Well, since that's to be honest, I have a new vendetta. Hey, how you doing?
Yeah, it's he kind of like looks you up and down. He's just like, what's up, Fred?
How's the day's catch been going? You caught any fish?
He's like, yeah, that's my job. You know, I caught a thing or two. Is this the same one you were trying to talk to earlier? Like, hold on.
Oh, this is I moved away to a different guy.
Okay, cool. Yeah. So he's just like he's just kind of giving you a side eye, and he's just like you new around here? That's kind of like what we do is we fish.
Well, yeah, I am new, but you see, I was speaking to a friend of mine over there, and you see, he told me something pretty devastating.
Devastating. And what's that?
Yeah. Apparently the record holder, you know him?
Oh, you're talking about Sebastian.
Oh, you friends with him?
I know him.
Oh, goodbye.
Take it easy. And he just seems like he wasn't taking the bait, you know, pun intended. Like
I'm trying to sow seeds of discord.
This last guy is just like this last one here, he's just like hey, what's up?
Hey, how's the fish going? You caught any big ones, or how many you caught today?
Oh, I'm not a fisher, man. I work the docks. You you on the waiting list?
Waiting list? Oh, no. You know what can you tell me where the other fishermen around here are, you know? People that have bad luck with fishing?
Well, I mean, you know, my best guess is they're fishing if they're not here. And he just kind of like looks a little spacey. And he's like kind of scratching his head and like looking around. And he points out towards like the whole like harbor area and like all out towards it. And he's like, yeah, there's a couple of them out there.
Oh, still in the ocean, I see. Okay. Oh, no problem. Just wanted to
Hey,
check.
man,
It was nice meeting you.
when you think about it, even when you're on an island, you're still kind of in the ocean. You're never not in the ocean.
It was nice. It was nice meeting you, man. Goodbye.
Bye. He just kind of like waves, and Samia's just like that guy was on something.
I know. I know, Samia. See, we stay away from those guys.
Yeah, as you like walk on back, I think you'll see like Big Azra and Bang D Boom like back towards like the town center, and you can even see like down past like towards like the front gate, like the rest of your crew is exiting from the college courtyard area.
Okay.
I do want to ask the dude I'm standing next to about this statue before we like tell.
He's just like, yeah, these kids keep drawing dicks all over it, man. I don't get what the obsession is.
Yeah, it might just be an immaturity thing. But I've never seen a gold turtle like that. What's the deal?
Oh, it's a tortoise, not a turtle. Cleve, it's commonly mistaken as such. You know, I wouldn't blame you, you know, if you said that. But it's actually a different species entirely. It used to be apparently common around these parts. You still see some tortoises from time to time. I heard there's some crazy huge ones over by the Crystal Coast, the White Sand Desert. I don't really go up that way, but yeah, the gem hide. I guess it went extinct, you know, some time ago. You know, we have some literature about it in the school library. If you wanted to brush up on it, I don't know if you're like a student around here.
No, we actually just got into town. But you know, can you get like a day pass or something?
No. Yeah, no. I mean, you'd probably have to like head over to the chateau though. I'm sure they got plenty over there. It's like a whole museum setup, but they got a lot of books. They got a new buzz around them. They're making this thing. It's called 1,000-year paper. Can you believe that? I think that's a little poppycock. It's just kind of like a buzzwords so they can up the price on you, you know. But they're good people.
You know, I feel you.
Yeah.
But all right, cool. I appreciate the info.
He's like, yeah. I don't know if it's my turn. And he like looks around. He's like, I guess someone's got to scrub all these dicks off this tortoise. And he pulls up his sleeves and he's just like gonna walk over and start getting to scrubbing.
Yeah, he put a hand on his shoulder before he walks away, and it's like, we appreciate your service.
He's like, it's a whole town effort, you know. It takes a village to scrub dicks off a tortoise.
Yeah, fair enough.
And yeah, so
Scarlet.
Yeah, you would probably see them like as they're exiting and stuff like that, and like Dalt looks like visibly uncomfortable from afar, and she's just like, yo, like that was fucking weird. Those guys were mean. Is everyone like that? Like on this side of the island?
Man. I don't know. I didn't like the way they was talking to me. Oh,
They're just some snooty brats. Don't pay mind. Let's just go get ourselves a drink. We can figure out what the others are up to, and then we can head to the chateau.
yo, is that Bane?
Yeah.
And Big Azrael is just kind of like waving at you, and he's just like, "Hoi!" And he's just like, "What's good? You guys, did you find books or whatever the hell you were looking for?"
No,
Well, I hear you got a library, right?
We gotta get to the chateau.
Oh, they wouldn't let you in at the college?
No,
Nah,
it's
it's
closed.
closed. This is some bullshit.
Yeah,
I mean,
it's a little-
I could have got us in, but there were a lot of people there watching.
I mean, I could have broke the door down, but they acting like I was a menace breaking the door down, like I was going to do something wrong. I want to read the books. That's what it's for, right? How you gonna close the option to read books? That don't even make sense.
I don't know what plans we got coming up, Captain, but I think we should, come back here in about a week or so. I heard about some pretty cool things going down.
Well, we was just heading over to the chateau because they said they have books over there. But a week? What are we supposed to do for a week?
Well, I think it would be, I don't know where we're planning on heading after this, but I think it would be some good time for us to make some preparations, for the adventures ahead.
Like you're thinking. All right. Yo, Davos, is there any towns close to this one? Any little cities?
Well, there's the chateau, but I haven't ever actually been there personally. And then there's Port Vestibule to the south, which is a lot closer. I know that for sure.
All right. Now that looks like a nice little course of action we can have. Hopefully, it don't take too much time. But yeah, we can come back in a week, man. I'm down with that.
Something you would note, Davos, is that especially if you are individuals with bounties, there is a large security detail surrounding the capital, and all ships that sail in are like checked in and have to be registered, and there needs to be proper paperwork filed and things like that weeks ahead of a time. It's like the snootiest like part of this whole like gated community type area. And they check IDs at the wall. Like there's like a huge wall surrounding the whole capital city. So getting in and out is not the easiest thing. You in your youth, you knew like a little bit of like the back door kind of like ways of getting in and stuff like that. But you can assume that they've kind of stepped up things a little bit, especially since like pirates have been like, so I mean, you're not sure how easy it would be to get in and out regularly from the capital itself, but this place seems to be really chill comparatively to like what you like know the capital is going to be like.
Okay, I'll convey all that to like the others and Scarlet, and then I'll say like, up to you, Captain. What are you feeling?
I'm feeling we go to the chateau, and if it really is that secured in the capital, I don't think we should head over there. I don't want to risk it.
Yeah, I don't blame you there. I don't want to get tangled up with any authorities either. We learned our lesson from Captain Shivers.
Damn that man.
Did you?
Hey,
Damn that.
I also I heard from some guys. There's a lot of pirates around in these waters. They said a bunch of rookies. So, you know, keep your eye out. Let's maybe not try to start any trouble. But you know,
Do I hear competition?
Looky. Here comes
Oh my
Rookie.
god.
Do I hear competition?
We're not
Hey, Captain.
pirates right now.
right? You gotta remember we're low key
Merchants.
right now. And also, we wanna be here for like a week, so we probably shouldn't set it off. You know.
Lord Azrael, as they're like kind of talking in what like another like little plaza a bit north from where a bit west from where you're at. What are you and Samia kind of like doing? She would notice them. She's just like, oh look, the whole crew's over there.
Well, we already did what we came to do. We'll come back in a week for that fish.
And she's just like, I kind of like it here. Like some of these people were a little weird, but I mean, for the most part, pretty friendly, right? And she sees this guy like scrubbing dicks off a tortoise, and he just kind of like waves at him. He's like, hey, how are you?
Don't talk to me, weirdo.
Holy shit.
Azrael. Oh shit.
Holy
bro.
fuck,
Yeah.
dude.
I got my face bozo.
Wow. That was crazy.
As Lord Azrael walks back up, I want to look at him and go, hey, there he is. And then I'll point at the bar we're standing right next to and say, so what do you say? One quick drink and then we head off to the chateau?
I'll watch y'all, but I don't drink.
The drink won't hurt right now. As long as they got some cactus juice.
Yeah,
sure they got
it's
some water. or
It's
something.
always 5 o'clock somewhere.
you see that like the sign on the door says that no alcohol on Sundays.
Are you serious right now?
Oh, this place
No,
blows.
no. They got me messed up this time, Davos. They refused me to read. Now I can't drink. I about had it.
Hey,
I'm gonna knock on
Yeah, I
the bar
don't blame
door.
you.
I'm gonna bang on
maybe
the
it's
door.
maybe it's just this place. No, maybe they just don't serve it. It's a college town. There's got to be more than one bar, right?
Open it up. Come on,
There
man.
is,
Whoever
but
owns this
why?
bar.
And if you guys are the guy opens up the door at the bar and he's just like look, I get it. Like I'm sorry. Like it's just local ordinance. You know, we're not so. It's a Sunday is a dry day. We're supposed to take it easy. Especially with all of the, you know, like vandalism and the pirates that have, you know, been kind of like popping up lately. It's just supposed to help keep crime down. We just need we have one chill day. But
And
you're probably not gonna find many places serving a drink today around here, around the whole south side, I think. But come back tomorrow and first round's on me. And he kind of like shoots you all finger guns and he's like, sorry.
Yo, why does everybody keep saying come back tomorrow? I'm not coming back tomorrow. Not turn away. This bar is ass. Bar closes for an entire day. That
This
doesn't
bar
even
is
make sense. You know, Jerry would never.
Yeah, that's some pretty lame shit of him to
Holy
even answer the
fuck.
door. That guy stinks.
Holy
People ask
shit.
Lord Azrael how
Also,
things turned out
Captain.
with the $15 million fish.
Wait, how did you know about that? Yeah, they said it's gonna happen in a week and a half from now.
Oh, all right. Well, I wanted to come back in a week anyway, so they were talking about hitting the chateau.
Let's just
Yeah.
hit it. This place stinks.
Yeah, I want to get to. We're going to the chateau. Let's get out of here. And
Okay.
that we go to the entrance, right, Davos?
Yeah,
The entrance of town. Yeah, we head like this way.
you guys can
That-
see there's like a bit of a signpost like on the outside of town that kind of gives you like the basic layout. So I'll just take y'all to this map right here. So you can kind of see a little bit closer to like where the trails are and stuff like that. You guys came from up above, like above these fields. There's like a swampy area, and you kind of walked in on feet. So yeah, you guys are like right here currently where Ragnar is, and so there's like the capital here, and then like there's like the military base here. The chateau is like all the way across over here. You can see like just outside of town there's like a guy who's like pulling up on a carriage, and he's just like hello, and he's just like you guys wouldn't happen to be going south, would you? And he kind of like looks a little bit unsure of what he's saying.
Can you drive us to the chateau, mister?
He goes, east, that's what I meant, or west, one of that way. And he's just like, yeah, chateau, I got you. And he's like and he's just kind of like
Yo, was the chateau?
Who the hell are you?
Davos?
Right.
He's just
can I
like-
roll
Davos steps forward. I go, who the hell are you?
He says, I'm just a local friendly cab driver friend, like just trying to make an honest living. Who the hell are you?
can I roll an insight?
Oh, right. Livneil's famous friendly taxi drivers. How could I forget about you all? And I want to look over my shoulder at the others, and I want to be like, on guard.
You can roll it
Can I
inside.
roll
Yeah,
an
we'll
insight?
catch a ride. We'll catch a ride. Let's catch a ride.
Maybe insight.
Yeah, I said you can roll it.
Yeah, I didn't.
You're just like,
investigation.
your peg leg is like, you know, kind of like hurting a little bit, and you're just like, hell yeah, we get to ride in style and we don't have to hoof it the whole way there, like, because that's a long fucking distance. Scarlet, you kind of like clock this guy's vibe as you're down in some cactus juice, and he's like he's just like actually looking for like money. Like he's just kind of like doing odd jobs, and like he's got like a mule pulling the carriage, and it fits like just enough for you guys. And he doesn't look like he would like really like be anything in a fight. or anything like that. So like even if he were to like try to screw y'all over, y'all are fine. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but does he actually know where the chateau's going? Where the chateau is?
It's like a straight line. It is literally like a straight line to the chateau.
I get that, but that's why I was asking if I could do an investigation to be like, does he know where he says he's going? Because he did the mess up of west, east, west, trying to figure out.
You don't even need to make a roll. You clock that this guy's had a little bit of a drinky drink. And you know that it's a Sunday. And there's a local ordinance.
You drunk driver, you.
He's just like,
This is
listen,
the dry region on Sunday.
the mule does all of the driving. I just and he's just like, listen, I don't need any flack from you. This is why I don't do this around the capital anymore, because they kept wanting to harsh my vibe. I'm just making a living, helping folks get from one spot to another spot. If you don't want my help, I'll mosey on.
No, we'll take it. I just wanted to know.
He's like, oh, seriously? Awesome. Tips are encouraged. And he's just like, yeah, hop on in. Yeah, Chateau, yeah, that'll just be like 5,000 berries. That's actually pretty cheap. You guys would know.
Do you provide refreshments on the way?
He's like, and he gives you like shifty eyes, and he's just like, for a bit extra, I could be persuaded. And you know, like, so Dill clocks a friend, a kindred soul here. As you guys hitch a ride, he's gonna be able to get you across in like a quarter of the time. Like not even like you guys are like, this mule books it, and you guys are passing by a few like farmlands and things like that. You could see like fields, and then it starts to be a lot more wooded, and you can see like you're starting to like come into a lot of trees and things like that as you guys move along the trail here. You're passing by like a few like small settlements on the way, and then he's just like he takes you to about here, and he's just like, all right, Chateau's just a small hike up that way. This is as far as I go though. I'm about to head south and see if I can get some folks over at Isidore.
I appreciate the ride, man. Somebody give him the money. I don't got the money on him.
Yeah, so Dill, if you got one drink, it's gonna be an extra 10,000, so that'll be 15,000 total, which is not that many berries actually.
Isn't
so
that
somebody
15 GP?
It's 1.5 GP. 1 GP is 10k. So
I give him 2 as a tip.
He's just like,
Thank
you.
Is the full. The rest is the tip.
Yeah, he's just like, thank you so much. Oh my god. Oh my god. And he like kind of like rubs his mule on its like back and whatnot. He like leans forward. He's like, we're eating solid food tonight. And he just like goes off and like he like disappears into the stop. So you guys do end up making your way to the Chateau de Papier, which is it's kind of like a larger, like a walled in compound type of thing. You can see a windmill and a giant water wheel, as well as it's like you're surrounded by pine trees. And I'm gonna drag y'all over to the map. Give me just a second. My roll 20's crashing. Fucking perfect timing. Okay, we're back. So it drags, or I drag you onto here. That's not where I meant to go. Oh my god. Here we go. You guys approach like a bit of like a stone wall with a gate, and the gate is like kind of like open. and as you can drag your tokens on and whatnot as like you guys walk up. There's like a gift shop type area here, and there's an old dude who's like got like a whole band of keys, and he's just like, oh, welcome. Sorry, gift shop is closed today, folks. If you'd like to check out any books. On. No, I mean the library is open. We have a receptionist in there, but we don't. I'm sorry, we can't take any tender today. It's just a local ordinance, but we'd be happy to get you any souvenirs tomorrow, but we can get you checked out if you wanted to go in and you can get some books. Sorry, and he shrugs.
Yes,
and
yes, the books. I want the books.
Yeah, so he points you over like this direction, and there's like a door there. But yeah, he like opens up the door and then goes inside, and he disappears into the building that he locks behind him.
Goodbye, thank you.
So you guys see like a bit of a fancy statue situation. There's like a 2-story building here, and then like a lobby building, which is what he kind of like pointed to the door at for you. There's like the whole like water wheel and water and windmill situation to the bottom of the map. Let me zoom out a bit for chat. You can see you are like right by the water, and there's like a bunch of like chopped logs like ready for processing and stuff like that. This place, you heard that they make their own paper, and as you guys kind of like walk in, you notice there's like a room that has like some fine rugs and tapestry and things like that. And so you do notice also an individual at the desk, and as you walk in, there's like it's like a lobby, like a waiting room where there's like some colorful tapestries lining the walls, and some pots and vases and things like that. There's like a little ledger where you can sign in.
Is the ledger on the far right?
It's this book right here.
Hello. Yo, is there like a bell? Do they have bells?
There is an individual at the
Ding bong.
But yeah, you notice that there is several like pieces of paper and scrolls lined out and things like that, and you can see just like a fancy like some rows of like bookshelves in the back and things like that, but behind the desk, but it seems that there's nobody permitted past this area, and there's like a bit of like a mess out in front of you on this like bar top as the individual like looks up and like takes notice of you.
Hey, how's it going?
Hello there. How can I help you today?
Do you have any books on The Voice?
The Voice? Could you elaborate a little bit further?
All right. Like you talking in your head. Oh man, I don't know, man. The Voice. Yo, Dalt, tell him about The Voice.
Dalt kind of like steps forward. She's like kind of nervous, and she's like got one of her hands on her other like elbow, and she's just like, well, it's like when you can you speak to animals? And she just like kind of like, and she's like, yeah, like books on that then, I guess. She's kind of cool, guys. Like
well, thank you for calling me cool. I'm not really sure. Let me look and see what I can find for you. We have a very nice state-of-the-art system here, and I can look right where I need to see if I can find anything for you. Do I need to roll anything to see if I find any books on The Voice?
No, you would
also, what's
know.
up, guys?
What's good? You would know.
Yo, what's up?
You would definitely know there is nothing like that necessarily here, although there would be like fiction, like fairy tales of like people like talking to in like animals and things like that. There's even like a old like child fairy tale, like a bedtime story about a mermaid princess who can talk to sea beasts.
I don't have anything in the realm of fact, but I do have a bedtime story that a lot of parents here in Livno love telling their children about a mermaid princess who can talk to sea beast. If you'd like to look at that.
Lucas, can you roll me an insight, and Davos, can you roll me a deception?
Yes, I can.
Yo, I don't really care about a mermaid princess. But I'll take it anyway.
Okay,
Davos,
I can do that for you.
Davos, your disguise is too keen. This person does not recognize you, but you actually recognize them.
What?
This is an individual who has like they strike an old, like a core memory is unlocked as you see a face you haven't seen in a very long time, from back in your adolescence, before you were properly trained by Verity and you were still a bit of a ruffian back at the orphanage.
Oh.
But you are, but they don't recognize you.
Yeah, I'm just getting this book for Scarlet.
You mean Dang Be Doom?
Bro.
I mean, I don't know any of their names, Dill. I'm just a person
you
behind the
look at
desk.
the ledger. You can look at the ledger.
Oh, yeah.
But yeah, as
whenever
you
she
go
gets back with Scarlet's book, I was gonna ask for engineering books.
Yeah, as you go to like get the book, you know where the fiction section is. It's pretty large, and you're able to find it pretty quickly. And then your character comes back to the front, and you would know that they need a library card in order to check this out.
Yes, do you guys have a library card here at the Chateau de... I suck at pronouncing this. Papier?
Papier.
Papier? The Chateau Papier?
It's like so she mispronounces it, and it's like it reminds you of like like an individual who like only like reads things in books, and like so it's like she's doing her best.
No, how do we get a library card?
I can register you for one. I just need your name, and I believe... Let me do some calculations here real quick. I'm checking. 1 second. 10,000 berries.
Okay. And is that per person?
Yes, every individual needs a library card if they plan to check out books.
All right. Who here needs books? I think I'm gonna check these books.
Could you guys get my books?
Yeah, I'll pay for Scarlet's pass. I don't think I need to get any books, but I will pay Captain's pass.
Yeah. I will pay for my pass.
Oh, are you interacting with me, Boom?
Yeah.
I'm very shy around you. I'm blushing a little bit.
Bandy Boom is just gonna look and be like, yeah, engineering books, please. And he's gonna kind of like drop the berries on the table.
Of course, sir.
Yes, 10,000 is 1 GP. Also, it's part of getting a library card that you would need to provide some form of identification.
Oh, yes, sorry.
Okay.
We signed in
I was-
ledger.
That's not
Yeah, but I
identification.
need some kind of like I need some kind of verification of who you are.
I'm sure I got an ID from the Builders Guild in Water 7 here somewhere. I don't know.
My eyes are following Davos walking around the room, by the way.
I'm gonna put my hand up. I don't have no identification. Can I slide?
Dalt kind of like puts her hand up and she's like, me neither. Can I also slide?
And I'm gonna just I'll put, I think I have identification. I don't see why I wouldn't.
Yeah, you would.
So I'm gonna put that on the table and be like, hey, here's mine. You think we could maybe this one time just let them go on the ID? We're not going far. We just need to check out, a couple books.
How many books can we check out under one account?
How many books can they check out under one account, Vix? I don't think we discussed that.
There is not really a limit.
There's not really a limit.
Yeah, I'll check out the books then. So give me that book on the Mermaid Princess. Any books you got on like mechanics or engineering, things like that.
I'm not really supposed to do this, but for you, I can today, Mister. And I hold your ID and say, "Bang D boom," and I kind of perk up at the D, and I'm like, "I'll get those right for you."
Were there any other books that Pete would be that Bang D Boom would be mentioning to this interesting individual? Dill, Davos, Lord Azrael, anything specifically you guys were looking for?
Oh, yes. Oh my God. After losing all my books inside that beast, I need a replacement encyclopedia of herbs and plants.
Well, I don't think we can keep the books.
I whispered to Bang, we're pirates, Bang. We're gonna borrow it and then take it and never come back.
Hey, I put my real name.
She obtained
I put my real name down. I'm not getting a bounty for stealing books.
Above table, that's hilarious. But on table,
holy shit!
We could just keep. You read the books, you get the knowledge from the books.
Perfectly reasonable. But
am I hearing all this?
I really want that book. No, I'm whispering.
Okay.
But I really want and need that book. It's almost like part of my soul was taken from me when I lost that book.
Well, hey, we'll figure out that part later. For now, just read them,
I don't need to read them. I already know what's in them, but I need the book to like...
Relax, we're getting able to read. And I'm just like, I'm down to steal the books above table.
He said above table, I'm down to steal the book.
Davos, roll me a history as you're just kind of like...
Oh, you read my mind. I was going to ask to do that. Oh. At least it's not a one.
Holy shit. You were drawing like blank after blank after blank right now, but it's like on the tip of your tongue and you're just like, I know this person. What's their name? Dill, roll me a history. This is unrelated entirely, actually.
Ooh. I can ask them.
Dill,
do you have any books that show these symbols? The symbols I showed to Scarlet.
Shit, bro.
Here's the thing. I know that, like, above table, I know that these should be illegal to like even look at or like learn, but in character, my character would not know that.
Yeah, because you weren't at the bar when Jerry said keep that shit on the DL like to the rest of them. Dill, you see Lord Azrael kind of like bringing that kind of shit up. I'm almost positive the individual at the counter has no fucking clue what they're looking at. Like for the most part. But you recall as like you're thinking about like books and like you're seeing this globe in front of you and it shows an older version of Liv Neal from before the islands had properly merged and formed the mountain. of the legend of the Skeleton Coast. Would you like to inquire about that at all?
We could. I mean, I was definitely thinking about like a sword, like encyclopedia book, or like a delve fruit encyclopedia. I know that would probably be harder to find in here, but I could also look for any, because with the globe, yeah. Do you have anything about the Skeleton Coast? I noticed the globe here has it on it, and we've heard rumors about Livneal being two land continents originally. But seeing this globe, I mean, you might have records of it.
I don't believe we have any records. From what I understand, it's just legend. There was said to be an old map of it, but I don't even know if that's real or not.
And what people were looking for said map?
Oh, everyone. It's been a legend in the Livneal Kingdom for quite a long time. Most people don't know about it now, but as you can see, and I like point my hands behind me at all the books, I have a lot of things to read, so I just kind of remember hearing about it before or reading about it before.
Do you have a sword encyclopedia?
I'm sure we do.
Bang, can you add that to your list of books?
Yep, throw it on there.
Thank you.
I like swords too.
Oh, also, do you have a devil fruit encyclopedia?
That we do not have.
Okay. Bang, don't add that one to your list.
You guys have quite a variety of taste in books. I say this as I walk to go get the sword encyclopedia.
Yeah, so you're gonna be able to get
quite the studious bunch.
You're gonna be able to get a complete guide on Mato books or on Mato blades. So that's all of the named blades from several famous blacksmithing schools from a mysterious far-off land known only as Wano, the land of gold, which piques Bang D Boom's interest, I'm sure, just by the name of it. So Dill, you can be slightly familiarized with all Mato blades from that. You need to return the book in a week. There's also plenty of books on flora, as far as plants and whatnot, and there's books on insects and stuff, like specifically things that are North Blue related, as well as some more worldly texts for you, Ragnar. We've also got some books on recent engineering innovations and whatnot, talking about paddle boats and steam engines, and talking about like dreadnought class ships that are like made of metal. And then there's also the book on the Mermaid Princess, which is like a fairy tale that's told, and it's apparently like a pretty solid read for like a kid at bedtime story. like that's like and all of these books need to be returned in a week.
Womp.
Okay. Also, by the way, you know where you can get something to eat around here?
I'm sure there's quite a few restaurants in the college town, right across the way.
Yeah,
Is there a late return fee?
No way.
Yes, there is a late return fee.
And does that get charged
by
to the
week?
account holder, or how does that work?
Is that by week or by the day? How does it work?
You have to return them in a week. If you guys have been traveling and are like really hungry, I could maybe throw something together for you before you go.
Yeah, I need to know the fee for late return, ma'am.
It jumps on the table.
It's like 1,000 berries
Please
a day.
get off my desk.
Yeah, it's like
It's all right. It's all right. We'll bring him back. We'll bring him back in a week. But yeah, I mean, hey, if you don't mind,
Oh, we split it back.
I for one.
I'm not bringing it back in a week, man.
Lucas, roll a perception.
Okay.
Hey, we still want her to make food for us,
Yeah.
guys.
I'm gonna step on Lord Azrael's foot with my peg leg. Like, shit, bro.
Man,
You can-
hold on.
You could hear Lord Ezra saying like, "We're not giving the books back," and then he gets his like foot stepped on. He's like, "Ow!"
I said I'm not bringing it back in a week. I'm not bringing it back in a week. That's what I said. Listen,
I'm gonna
man.
turn to
It might-
Maggie and be like, Mr. Boone, can you please make sure that your friend brings his book back?
Of course. I'm just gonna like smile and let that emotion. He's just joking around, you know. He like likes to joke, big old lug. But yeah, you know, I for one am pretty hungry. I don't know about these other guys, but you know, if you don't mind.
Oh, of course. I'm gonna pick it before Lord Azrael can take that book. I'm gonna like open it and rub my hands together over it, and then shut it and hand it back to him, or hand it to him.
Yeah.
Why do you just molest my book?
I was just making sure that
It's not your
that there was no damage to it.
So
That's not your book, Sword.
Yeah.
your
I'm gonna.
your character Lucas is gonna be on lunch break soon, but not like right this second.
Okay. I'm going on lunch break soon if you guys want to wait around for the next like 10-15 minutes, and I'll make you guys.
Sure.
Is this
I
a
mean,
world map? Isn't this illegal? How much for this map, right? This globe?
Leave it be.
Oh, that's an antique. It's one of the figures that used to be in the museum, but people kept playing with it, so we brought it here.
Yeah. How much is it?
Brother, no.
That's not for sale.
What?
I already know this, brother. Don't worry about it. We have
Okay. I
other
understand.
things to attend to later. Don't worry.
Yeah, I don't want that stupid round thing. Yeah.
Hey, Big Azra,
You're-
Samia, Walt, Dalt, do you guys want any, no, it's Walt now. Do you guys want any books in particular?
Walt, that sounds like the fakest name I've ever heard.
Yeah, what's this?
I
Was like,
whispered to
oh
myself,
yeah, well, what? No, she hears you. Like she's just like, yeah, well, what's your name? I bet it sounds fake. And she's like, I'm sorry,
my
that
name
was
is Julian. Oh, my name is Julian Casa Casa. If you want to be formal, you could call me Miss Julian, or if you want to be informal, you can call me Casa Casa.
That is like, she is like,
this-
there's a look on her face that is like the fakest name she's ever heard, and then something like something pops in Davos's mind as he like remembers you, and you're like an older person, like not like elderly, but you were somebody who was also at the orphanage, who was old enough to take care of him when he was a wee lad.
Oh, wow. Davos will like snap his fingers and point at Julian Casa Casa and be like, oh, but he catches himself and he's like, oh, that's right, I left the oven on.
Now that I'm like looking at him, can I roll another insight?
No, I'm gonna turn around and be like, we don't own an oven.
Let Jeffrey do his thing.
What did I say
No,
wrong?
it's
He's obviously trying to
Davos.
flirt. It's Jeffrey.
Wait, did you, hold on,
No,
did you just?
that was just at the college. That was Jeffrey at the college. Here I'm Davos. It's okay.
Yeah,
Down
you don't
Davos,
even, you don't need to roll it and say you know who this is.
Yeah. That shit pants bow? Oh, I used to change that kid's diaper when I was a teenager. Yeah, when he was like 2 years old. when he was 2 years old, he used to shit his pants violently and cry about it. So I just like would call him shit pants and have to clean him up.
He's like, hold on.
Any 2-year-old would do that, I would think. Whoever that young poor child you're making fun of is.
You been stealing from the orchards again?
You had a
You know you only got away because I let you, right?
Yo, hold on.
She is talking about a hypothetical infant.
Dalt
okay?
is
Like,
Dalt
what,
is
what
like
are we even talking about?
Dalt is
here?
like, is that you? Are you shit pants Davos? And like Scarlet, what's going through your mind as you hear about this?
Hey, Jeffrey, it's not something to be ashamed of, you know?
Jeffrey. Oh, okay, guys, this is ridiculous. I'm gonna go wait outside.
She already knows who you are. You might want to go check your pants, Davos.
Oh my god.
Oh,
Hey,
boys,
Phil.
don't tease him.
Phil, why don't you check your pants, Phil? Maybe you did a
He was
silent
a
poop
baby.
there,
Did you
Phil.
shit my pants?
I wouldn't shit anybody's pants, much less my own, and I certainly wouldn't shit your pants now, mister.
Press X to doubt.
Just to be
losing
clear,
it.
my phone died. This is above table. My phone died 1 minute ago. I came back and we were talking about shitty pants. I just want to point that out.
I'm gonna call out to the conversation happening and be like, guys, don't tease him. He was just a kid.
You were just you were just teasing him.
Nah, Davos, you will never.
No,
live
I just
this
remembered
down.
who he was.
Not only was your cover blown, but also you are now shit pants Davos. This is legendary.
Wait, cover blown.
No, ignore that.
Wait, can we finally not
Jeffrey.
fight like this? Yes!
Hold on.
He was
Cover
Jeffrey, but now obviously he's.
No, I'm Davos. No, Bavos. God damn it.
And
She knows who you are. You might as well have just said Jeffrey.
All
you're
right,
back-
I throw my hands up. I'm Davos.
This-
Hello.
this person at the counter, Julian, would have also seen the papers recently and know that shit pants Davos has a bounty on his head these days.
Davos has been making moves. You have a bounty.
Yeah.
on your
I
head.
suppose
Would
you
I
could
start
say
recon-
that, I guess.
Would I recognize the rest of the Scarlet Pirates if I have read the papers? At least the ones with bounties?
They're all fairly well disguised. You can give me
hidden.
you can give me an
How
insight.
dare you?
Okay. Roll an
This
insight.
one's gonna be a pretty high DC for you to like
I'm
put
about
it
to
all
say, I
together.
would assume that the DC for a few of us is different than others.
Holy
Like, I'm
shit.
supposed to have four, as far as you're concerned, I'm supposed to have 4 arms. You can't recognize a thing about me.
You immediately
Yeah,
recognize
one is bounty
the
cost.
individual standing in front of you as Captain Scarlet of the Scarlet Pirates.
As I recognize
not me.
Scarlet,
That's not me.
Julian Casacasa's eyes are gonna turn into stars, and she's gonna be like, "You're Captain Scarlet."
That's
Yo,
not
yo,
me.
yo, above table,
Not me.
Balincc, start singing the
Aw.
shaggy song. It wasn't me.
Look what you
It wasn't
did.
me.
Pants, come on, let's go outside.
I'm gonna tell her. I'm like, listen. I'm sorry for the misunderstanding. I have a twin named Scarlet. I don't like to identify as her and what her wrongdoings are. That ain't me.
I'm gonna put my arm across the desk and put my hand on Scarlet's shoulder and be like, "Listen, I have to cook you lunch. Please let me."
No, you can't cook me.
Not you. I'm not cooking you.
Captain.
Let me cook you food for lunch.
Oh,
you
you
can
wanna
call me Cece.
You making me some food? Me?
Yeah.
I ain't even had to do nothing.
Oh no. A strong female pirate captain? I'm just glad to be in your presence.
Oh man. Oh, she started crying. Oh man, I get free food, man.
So
You
I
aren't
am,
calling the authorities?
No, of course not. Why would I? We're a library. The
By the
Marines
way,
don't
that
come
was-
here unless they
That
need
was
to,
my
look
character
things up.
popping back into the building.
Bro. He's like, hey, hold up, what? Like, so you guys will
But you're not
be
calling
able.
it stories?
Yeah, I'm gonna message you guys a little bit about the specifics of the books that you guys checked out and what that kind of means mechanically for the future moving forward. So this person, Julian Casa Casa, has just said you can call her Cece, and they have introduced themselves less formally, and they have you have been made. They know your identities at this point. But they seem fairly friendly. We are gonna actually go ahead and call it here, and we will pick up exactly here next time, because we have gone a little bit over on time, but we've just been having a shit ton of fun with this session.
Damn Holly for these trash ass disguises, man. She should have been better.
I mean, it was your W Helmsman shit pants Davos that really swung you up the river.
I'm so sorry for that. I'm so sorry for that, Mikey.
Can we go back to Jeffrey?
Jeffrey,
That's what I
man.
tried, and then you wanted to say you weren't Jeffrey. You were like, I'm down.
Oh my God.
Still.
You were talking about stealing food from orchards earlier, and I don't know if you heard me, but Julian Cascasa did shout out that the only reason you were able to get away with stealing is because she let you get away, because she was working at those orchards.
Yeah, we will have plenty of more time to go over this interaction. Next session, which will actually not be next week, because next week we are going to be doing a bit of a recap stream, going over a lot of the cover stories, one more of which I am about to read after we do conclusions and whatnot. So next session will be in 2 weeks' time. But we definitely hope to see you next week, where we kind of go over a lot of the events that have happened off screen, just around the world in the verse of Group 2. This is the dawn of the Golden Age of Piracy. Lots of things happening, lots of things that are becoming more in the forefront and within the character's knowledge as well. Just to kind of get everybody back and caught up and on the same page, and just remembers some of the times that we've had so far as we move into this next bit of the story. We're just going to do like a bit of a recapping of everything that we've kind of been through. And I think that focusing a little bit on the cover stories and the newspapers would be a really, really great way to do that. So we hope that you guys will join us then. This has been just a ridiculously fun session. I might actually clip some of this and put it in as shorts and stuff like that, because this has been actually hilarious. But we're going to go around and first we're going to start off with Straw Hat Lucas and let him introduce himself properly to the Group 2 audience. Welcome, Straw Hat Lucas. Tell everybody who you are.
Hello, I'm Straw Hat Lucas, captain of the last arc, and I am just so happy to be here right now, guys. You guys have all known it's been a long time coming for this. You can find me on the Straw Hat Lucas YouTube channel, where I do a weekly series called Rambling Addiction, and every other Thursday you can find me being part of Mikey's Men. We have a session coming up this week, Group 14, Session 4. We'll see you there at 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time.
Hell yeah. Thursday. Speaking of Mikey's Men, let's shoot it on over to Mikey himself, Davos. The W Helmsman, that's the only nickname he shall be known as. But if you know, you know.
Good looking out.
What's good, brother? How did you enjoy this session? And I know you've got a couple other sessions to look forward to coming up. So tell the people what you got going on.
Dude, I said it in the Roll20 chat. I think this is my personal contender for funniest session. I was cracking up from about like 8:30 p.m. until just like 5 minutes ago. Like pretty much nonstop. I had a great time, Vex. Thank you as always for having us. Lucas, great to have you here, brother. It'll be
Yes.
fun to meet up twice now in 1 week, sometimes at least. And yeah, definitely huge shout out to Mikey's man, my man, 14 guys, like Lucas said, on his channel, YouTube, on here, YouTube, at 3 p.m. Eastern time. Big shout out to all of the Sakura pirates that have showed up in chat. Definitely, there's still a little bit of time, so definitely go to Lucas's channel and catch up on those VODs, because I don't want to say anything that really happened, but the ender to session 3 was a doozy, and it set us up for some real fun here on Thursday. So please come join us. I'm excited to see everybody. Much love to my Scarlet Pirates here. It's always, I look forward to Tuesdays so much. They're kind of like my Friday night with my work schedule and everything, and it's just it's a lovely time. Shout out to 100 hours yet again, by the way, because that is also still hype.
Huge indeed.
Tuesdays may drop a little bit on his favorite schedule just because of the teasing to follow.
Oh my God, stop. But Dill, while we have you, I know you have group 3 on Saturdays. You want to plug that, tell everybody where they can make sure that they go and check that out. Of course, links in the description, but let them know what you got going on over there with the rest of the Blotto crew.
At 6, give it about 10-15 minutes, usually whenever Go Live starts and everything, after the starting soon screen, EST PM. Over on Dire Regulus's channel, Group 3 is returning to action. We had session 50 last week. If you missed it, go out, watch that. You learn a lot about the crew, you learn a lot about players, DM, all that jazz. If you're into One Piece spoiler content, I know some people in here aren't. I'm not going to talk about it. I'm just going to plug TLA tomorrow. We got a spoiler stream going on. Pop out if you're into that part of the community. I think that's it. Other than catch us back here next week on Tuesday at 8 p.m. EST.
Hell yeah. And then if nobody else had anything they wanted to plug, I did want to mention that I have a watch party going on in my server tomorrow for fans of like actual play, tabletop role playing, like game like sessions, like so D&D adjacent stuff, fans of Dropout and fans of Dimension 20. We will be watching the premiere episode of Never Stop Blowing Up, which it will drop tomorrow. So if you want to join my server, link in the description, you can check out the announcements page to check out that event and see the trailer for the absolute chaos that is going to ensue. And we'll be hanging out in VC and experiencing just absolute hilarity together. It's gonna be a good time. It's gonna be running for 10 episodes, so I'm actually gonna be doing like a watch party each week for each of the episodes. So if that's something you sounds like you'd be interested in, check the link in the description, join my server, grab the proper roles, and then you can hit up that event, and we'll be seeing you there maybe tomorrow night, or another following Wednesday if you're catching the VOD later on. I'm also gonna be a part of TLA Gaming, where Tree the Wolf and myself play through Trails in the Sky. We're currently probably about to finish up, I think, chapter 1 of Trails SC, the second game in the series. It's pretty hype. We do that every Thursday over on the Last Arcs channel. TLA Gaming's been super fun. We should be changing from Thursdays soon. I think this is going to be the last week we are doing that. And then keep your eyes peeled for the eventual return of group Cody 8. Cody 8 what? Cody 8 this D&D. To be determined. We might be switching days there as well, but very, very hyped for that. That's all I've got going on though, but we will hope to see you here next week for the recap stream. This is gonna be the last cover story that I read before we dive into all of them and get into some real theory crafting and reminiscing next week. So here we go. Exterior. The deck of a ship approaching a gargantuan clay-colored wall of solid land. The impossible structure shot straight up perpendicular to the sea until it disappeared into the stormy clouds. And those familiar knew it to extend straight down into the bottom of the ocean as well. The ship was a grain of sand in comparison to the red line before it, and it was effortlessly tossed about by the absurd ebb and flow. The black flags of the diminutive vessel were being ripped apart by the furious winds as tidal waves crashed around the ship and over its bow. Some of the crew were swept straight off of the deck and flung around by the rigging. Then lightning struck down onto their sleeved mainmast, igniting the below deck gunnery. As the craft was tossed skyward by violent waters, it split mid-air with a plume of smoke and loose cannonballs erupting out from within it. The debris and wreckage pelted the side of the red line without leaving so much as a scratch. And